Hello. You return. Indeed, you do return. I'm also back. I was back last week as well, but yeah. How are you doing, some guy? You're always first in chat. Missed you. Lemons sink and limes float. I did not know about lemon buoyancy. Just in whole, if you put a lemon into the water, it sinks. But limes, if you put them just wholly into the water, they float. Interesting. That's a fun fact. It's a Snapple fact. So, I was curious about a thing. If anybody in chat knows, for the mimetic experience, what the hell are these things? The remaining things. Like, there's the special ticket. I kind of want to know what the special ticket is, because it looks like something that, you know, I might be interested in getting. I don't care about the banner. I think the special banner. I don't think I care about this. I don't know what actually has value to it. All four of these are just banners. Even the 750 one. Special ticket. They're all backgrounds. Okay. I don't care about those at all. Okay, cool. Purely cosmetic. Yeah, then I do not care. Oh, not mirror dungeons. We did our mirror dungeons this week. We're banking lunacy for Walpurgis. And I've been kind of mulling it over in my head. I like to pay for games. You know, especially like just to support the developer. I like to put money towards something that I invest my time and my energy into. So I think I'm going to end up picking up one of the packs, probably just going to be buying whatever, like if there's like just a basic general pack or whatever for the, I guess the season pass, the Limbus pass. I think I'm just going to buy the Limbus pass. I think whatever the hell the thing is, I'm gonna probably just spend the money to get the thing. I'm not gonna do it right this second, but the Limbus pass thing I think is something that I'm gonna want to get. I don't care about the ticket, the special banner. Level boost, don't care. Immediately gain level, no, don't care about that. Just the regular old Limbus pass. So getting, I think I just have to figure out what the cost is for paid lunacy. Zan actually wailing. Someone check the temps in hell. Might have frozen over. I don't know if that word means what you think it means. I don't wail. But I will put a little bit of money into games that I will put a little bit of money into games. So like the lunacy pack. Yeah, just like $10. Yeah, I'll put in $10. And it's simply because if I'm going to play a game, if I'm gonna put this many hours into a game, I'm gonna give the developer something. I feel like I hate the monetization. This will be like one and done, but you know, thank you for the hydrate greed. But yeah, one and done, dealio. But I figure it's one of those things. I feel like they've, at the very least for the story, they've earned it. Whaling is hoarding gacha currency for an event. No, what you're doing is obs on a very small scale, but I digress. That's not what whaling means. Wait, what? I thought whaling was whenever you spent a ton of money and invested. You basically just buy a bunch of paid currency and you're a pay-to-win player. They're called whales, right? Oh, congrats with the lucky pull. That's awesome. Nah, fuck them. If they wanted my money, they would check on me personally and make sure I'm having fun. Holy shit. You're gonna be so for real you don't know? Well, they call people who spend a lot of money on free-to-play games whales. So when you say whaling, I immediately connect it to the term that I already know, which is a whale, who is a person who spends a bunch of money on currency. So that's why I say, like, that doesn't sound like you know what that word means, because I mean, I don't know. Maybe the two are completely disconnected. I don't know. The gay dungeon where everybody's covered in cum. Your head. What an odd power it has, just like the peculiarities of each whale. Picard crews sank right before hard, because of you. It was a mistake to expect even a hint of surprise or shame from the captain when it was revealed that she'd sent her crew to their deaths. Yes, you can say that. You may indeed claim that I have sacrificed my crew. By now they must be wandering the whale's guts transformed into mermaids. Lucky ones probably turned into sludge and acid. But why? I know this heart better than anything else in the world. I know it better than my own body. The pancreas we have journeyed through is an endlessly winding maze, and if our limbs were to be melted off, we'd have no means of recovering them as you do. I had to calculate the ideal path to the heart. Losses be damned. I see no injustice committed in my pursuit of practicality. I even encouraged and reminded them of their pride and greatness as they drew their last breaths. When it could not be helped, I made sure that they perished before fear overwhelmed them. The Gungeon. That's what that game's about. I had no idea. We must kill the elderly? I don't know. I mean, holy shit, you're gonna get me in trouble. You're gonna get me clipped. My crew and I are one, bounded by oath, the promise that we will hunt the pallid whale, whatever it takes. Are we not, Ishmael? Now we shall sail to the heart. Quite. Yet we need one last piece of the puzzle before we set sail. Ahab turns to face me again, glaring at me with her burning eyes. That shard of the bow, what are you? I, Captain Ahab, cannot be deceived. That thing in your clock head is a piece of that golden bow, is it not? It is that golden thing that counteracts the palladification effects. Am I wrong in assuming that is how you and your crew have remained untouched by its effects? Soon our final battle for everything that we hold dear will commence, and for victory I shall spare no quarter. No one knows what will happen here at the heart of the whale from which all evils of the city, the world sprout. And it is not patently clear that you are the only one inexperienced in combat. What if you were to perish? What fate shall befall your crew? What fate shall befall your crew should you meet a pathetic end without having destroyed the whale's heart? That's, everyone here, including your crew and mine, will turn into mermaids within hours. So what the hell do you want me to do? Hand it over, that golden shard in your head, and I swear by my name that I will personally see to it that everyone trapped within this whale safely makes it to the world outside. No, under no circumstances would I ever trust you. Captain ain't wrong, you know. I guess that makes some sense. No, it doesn't. It takes but a single sacrifice to ensure that everyone survives, down to every single crew. I detest that. I shall not relinquish Manager Esquire's head to thee. Then what? Fail to destroy its heart and let us all be mermaids together? Is that how you wish your tale to end? That's... My friends, is there not something out there past this pallid whale's flesh that awaits your return? Laying your lives down just to save the lives of some useless clock cannot possibly be your dream. You must have something that drives you, a desire, a goal, a mission that you must see to its end once you escape this whale. Captain Ahab cuts through our hearts, cracking them little by little, and nests in there. Even the sinners may have been moved by her speech, even for a brief moment. And that brief moment is all it takes for that thought to spread through their heart as water freezes between the cracks of a rock. That's what she's always done, I'm sure. And all of a sudden, when everything reaches a crescendo, it will shatter. Ishmael, her crew, this is what Ahab had done to them. Tell her what I'm about to say, Faust. Understood. You're not going to be responsible for the sinners, and no one knows what'll happen to the sinners if my head is crushed. I'm not going to let the doubts you cast chart our futures, because I am their manager. Oh. Predictable. Pleading for your life now, are you? Besides, I don't want to die. Sacrifice a gilded name given to death so that it won't feel as hollow when it claims us. I've seen the sinners die 1,000 deaths, and I've shared that very same pain that killed them countless times. I felt the weight of their every death, so I can't bring myself to wrap them up in a pretty box labeled sacrifice. Instead, I endure endlessly. What gives our collective struggle significance, what gives our suffering meaning, is us. We share the weight and convey our own meanings in our battles. Listen, I know I killed my whole crew, but like, can you kill yourself definitely for the sake of everyone and with no utter ulterior motive? She's cracked. Like, she's insane. She's off of her fucking rocker, and if anybody at this point listens to her after she just melted half of her crew so that she could make it across quicker, she literally just said like, oh yeah, we did that so that I could get through quicker. I needed to get here with efficiently, quickly, so that I could beat you here. So that everyone can reach for their own dreams. That's why this struggle is no sacrifice. I won't seek death willingly. Ahab, you really haven't changed. No, you've become even more revolting. I struggled, I thrashed, yet again. You had us in the palm of your hands. Commandeering our ship, turning me into one of your crew again? Silence! Shut up! This is a moment of paramount importance. The path of the heart opened as Ahab finished her words. For real though, it is absolutely like a grandma in the chair, like, okay grandma, let's, I mean, Ahab is obviously more capable and more cracked than your average grandma, but still, the point stands. She's lost her shit. It's Jover. Do you see it? This is the heart. an amalgamation of all that the pallid whale has ever devoured. This makes the pallid whale breathe. This makes its heart pound. And from here its evil sprouts. Behold, it spews evil again, again, and again. Stop laughing like you're happy when your path here was paved by the lives of your own crew. I suffered my whole life. Everything, my dreams, my friends, all of them, sank right before my eyes. You, it was you. You did that to me. You. Indeed, that was I. I led my crew to the deaths. And what of it? Their fates were sealed the moment the whale swallowed them, fated to become mermaids. Oops, quick deed. Fated to wander the whale's belly until they keeled over and died. I saved them. I merely reaped my recompense for extending their lives even for a fleeting moment. Holy shit. She deserves it. Oh yeah, it's because he wants to be a landlord. Are you fucking kidding me? It's like the first thing I noticed is like in the Discord chat under memes is a screenshot of Pip being like, when I grow up, I want to be a landlord. It's like, okay, you're fucking evil. Got it. I looked after them, watched over them, and led them to this place. And for what? I've been rightly rewarded. I was the one who sparked the proverbial fire in their meaningless, pathetic lives. It's always been me. I still remember the day you lot boarded my ship. Not even a spark of light manifest in your aimless eyes. What a pathetic display that was. Nothing more than flotsam bobbing up and down without cause. I gave your worthless lives a reason to go on. And on the Pequod, you sailed with conviction. No, you devoured the crew whole. You painted over their wills, just like the whales. No, just like the pallid whale, molding them and shaping them to fit your wants and needs. We didn't board your ship solely to hunt some stupid whale, and you know that. I didn't. In truth, I could not care less about your reasons. The moment they set foot upon my ship, their sights should have been rightly set upon the pallid whale. In fact, you must know better than anyone that their hearts were flimsy, that they let themselves be swallowed because they were shallow, that they let themselves be molded because they were weak. I am the only one who matters. What matters is that I have declared this beast evil, and that is my commandment, my belief, my religion, and my creed. When I perish, this world shall perish as well. So my very life, my very existence itself, is then the world, and I have deemed it so. No one will be the helmsman of my life but myself. No one shall live my life in my stead. What do you, of all of you, believe in? Tell me, is your belief unbreakable? Is it absolute? My beliefs are absolute. My definitions of good and evil are clear-cut. Thus, my beliefs are unclouded, unassailable, because I have made it so. That is why I will never be broken. That is why I stand tall, unshakable, as a missionary of my own faith. I have blessed you with my absolute definitions of good and evil, so that you may live your life with unhesitating, unwavering tenacity. Starbuck stands next to Ahab. He wears a wide smile as though a weight has been lifted from his shoulders. Queequeg also slowly positions herself next to Ahab. I could not read her expression through the mask, but her shoulders appeared laden. Then you are my definition of evil. All of my hatred, all of my goals, all of my failures, all of my past, all of my losses. They all came from you, Ahab. Very well, then crash unto me like the waves. Let your world and mine clash. Let us see whose evil is more tenacious, the more overwhelming. He's like 7 and fucking ripped for no reason. It's true. He was cut as fuck. I can't explain it. Well, I mean, I don't think they're supposed to be direct one-to-one. I feel like this canto has been a little on the nose. Like it's on the nose is as good as I could describe it. Like, it's too much. They're supposed to be, I think, inspired by. I don't think they're supposed to be this on the nose about it. Uh-oh. Obviously, the setting is a teensy little bit different. the, you know, the world that they inhabit here is rather different from the world of Moby Dick. But as far as like the story, characters, like Ahab is like on the nose, doing the connections, like the like just as evil as the whale, like equally, you know, been shaped by hate and by the I mean, I haven't read Moby Dick since I was in high school. It's been 20 plus years. Holy shit, Hong Lu just got obliterated. I need oh, this is I don't know why we're struggling so hard right now. Yeah, don't know what happened, Hong Lu. What happened, Hong Lu? Everybody except for Mama Otis right now is. Wait, why are we? Aside from the game not giving you the choice, what's to stop them from killing the heart? I mean, they could just kill the heart. That was the goal, right? Like, we're supposed to kill the heart. This is unopposed. Are these unclashable? Assist, defense, combat start, gain plus 10% of barriers max. Okay, hang on a second. This is some goofy goober shit. Upon using this skill, if this unit has more than 0 assist barrier, activate assist defense. They don't have any assist barrier. I'm super confused. Obviously, everybody's attacking Mama Otis, so... So we'll put Mama Otis into defensive stance and then have everybody else go try to kill Starbuck. I think we got him past the stagger plus, which is pretty great. He's got 8 HP. All right, so Mama Otis is not in a great spot right now. Is she unclashable? Is that what's happening here? Yeah, it's like she's this is a 4. Yeah, she's not clashable. So anybody that attacks Ahab gets intercepted by Queequeg right now. That's ass. That's ass. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. All right, that's gonna kill that bozo. So basically, we need to get past Queequeg in order to finish this, right? Mama Otis is not in a good spot. The 26 HP Hong Lu. Hong Lu is gonna be fine. Relax. I think we just kind of have everybody everybody else lock in on Queequeg's defensive thing. Right? And we have Mama Otis go into defensive mode for the most part. When Mama Otis takes any amount of damage that takes her past her like stagger threshold, she's not in a good spot. Okay. So she just pasted Hong Lu. So yeah, I suppose it's just gonna be about, okay, we can actually clash now. That's good. We're struggling here and we're hopeless over here. So let's use some ego. We've saved it up, we might as well use it. Hong Lu's gonna be fine. I mean, he's gonna be fine in that I'll revive him after the fight's done. He's not necessary for this fight to pan out okay. I need to be able to clash with Ahab. That's the thing. That's the thing that's gonna cause problems. If I can't clash with Ahab, I'm gonna struggle here. Because we don't like taking one-sided attacks. You see, Mama Otis gets one single turn where she doesn't get clashed against, and she just fucking kills Ahab. 316 damage in a turn. Queequeg, more like Queerqueg. I mean, like, yeah, you didn't have. I mean, like, we know, we know. It's unnecessary. We're here for it. Okay, so Ahab just full healed. Why? Why the fuck did Ahab just full heal? Combat start. Order Queequeg to activate assist defense next turn. Order is cancelled when this unit is staggered. Order Starbuck to activate assist attack next turn. Okay. So the projected damage for this one is like fucking nothing. Honestly, I think we're gonna go full damage on Queequeg and see if we can just delete Queequeg this turn. Because she's staggered, that's probably the play. One-sided guard. I literally can't. It says offset. We'll see if we can offset some of the damage. Which one's gonna do that? This one is gonna do the most damage, so we'll try to offset some of that damage. Fuck her up. Go, Mama Otis. Oof, I think that's not good. Yep, Mama Otis is cooked. That means I think it's Jover. I think it's Jover. We're gonna reset the fight. Okay, the Queequeg is annoying as fuck. We killed Starbuck super quick, and I think having, what was it? I think we had Hong Lu get pounded by somebody. Having of course having somebody still alive is helpful. I do know that we were doing win rate before. I think the goal here is going to be to try to eliminate Queequeg. Starbuck died pretty easily. But like Queequeg is a problem. If we don't take out Queequeg pretty early, she's gonna be an issue. You're also going in with one less team member than you need. I disagree. If I go in with one less person, then Otis gets an extra turn. See, like this shit right here, I don't understand why we're losing. We should not have lost. We should not be losing these favored coin flips. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. That's no. Absolutely fucking not. Absolutely fucking not. No, Starbuck. You don't in fact get to win a clash where you're technically getting beat out. No, 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 no. I'm not gonna. That's not gonna happen. What the what the fuck? Can we like seriously not clash? I don't know what win rate is doing right now, because win rate right now, if I set win rate, it's okay, now it's no, it's still got a bunch of one-sided attacks coming in. Like win rate is like not having me actually defend. It's having me get my ass pounded. That doesn't make any sense. Why would you do that? We're dominating. If we do this, win rate is confused. Win rate is fucking confused right now. This is 10 to 26. And it's coming in at a 3, which means we can counter it with just about everybody. But we're struggling if we go in there with Hong Lu. But if we swap to Hong Lu's ego, that should have us dominating. I thought we started out with like in a dungeon. No, it's mirror dungeons. Never mind. I always get confused between the two. These are ones, but they're both going in on Hong Lu. That's favored, and that's neutral. We can go into defensive mode then. Win rate has a tendency to decide that every sinner should bum rush the staggered enemy. I thought that was not win rate, but that was damage. I guess we mitigated that attack because it looked like it did less damage than it did the first time. But like he did like 75% of Otis's damage in one turn last time, and Otis just, I had her set to counterattack. She did not counterattack. She did not in fact counterattack. I'm so fucking confused. Why is what are you doing, Otis? Why is your HP down to fucking nothing? It's that's very confusing. And we're getting one-sided. No, that's one-sided defense. Starbuck is doing a one-sided attack on Ryoshin. And I guess we're intercepting. Man, whatever. It's funny because like Starbuck died in like a second last time, and now Starbuck is somehow doing a estimated bajillion damage to here we go. Stamp of Vengeance. We need to unpack on Starbuck. So it looks like Starbuck can die, but Captain can't die until Queequeg is dead. So we need to focus on Queequeg, and I guess have whoever is going to get hit by the Captain go into defensive stance. Okay, perfect. So we've got little baby bitch Starbuck is just, he's dead. You see he's got 64 stacks of burn on him right now. He's dead. Next turn he's just gonna burn to death. So that means we can focus all of our attention on Queequeg. So right now we've got right now your girl is getting targeted, which is actually kind of perfect, because if Ishmael dies here, it's not as big of a deal as if Otis died. Otis counter has to be clashing on an actual skill, I think. I was clashing with an actual skill, I think. I think she got staggered, and that's the reason why it didn't go through, though. Okay. And then we need to go for, like, whatever is going to have the highest damage potential onto Queequeg. Is that 814 or 1836? We're going to take the 1836. And I'm gonna do this one because this inflicts more bleed. And then we'll have Otis go here. All right. Let's see how this plays out. It's gonna be tricky because what's her face is coming in hard. So Ishmael's going to take some damage, but our goal here is to do as much to Queequeg as possible. Get as many stacks of bleed, as many stacks of burn on her as we possibly can. And Starbuck burned to death. Pog. And she's doing evade. So that means we just have everybody do an attack, like whatever the most damage is going to be onto Queequeg. And we get free damage because for whatever reason, Captain Ahab was like, actually, I'm not going to do anything this turn. I'm just not going to do anything this turn. I mean, I'll take it. We're at 78, 54 health, 31 and 9 for bleed. So I think we can do a win rate over here. These are both dominating, and then Queequeg is just cooked. I think one single clash with one single clash is how many coins you got? Yeah, she's dead. In 2 ticks of that bleed, she's dead. So I don't even need to do the second attack. We can have everybody else go unopposed on her. And what is it? We've got this is unopposed. We do over here, and then that's a clash. Cool. Because because of the bleed, she's just dead. Like, I guess not. She gets free. She gets a free bonus life. Okay. That I wasn't expecting. You guys need to roll higher than 11 to get past the evade. Can we roll? There we go. Finally. Okay, and Queequeg is staggered again with a 64 stack burn, which means she's dead. So everything can be focused onto the win rate button. Everybody focus on Queequeg. Okay. Now we're dominating there, we're struggling there, which means that we can take a we'll go through a series of attacks and see which ones seem like they have an actual shot of getting through. And then in the worst case scenario, we're going to slap on, yeah, so this one right here has a favor. We're favored in this case. So we'll let that happen. And then Queequeg is just dead, so we can just not attack her at all. I think they let Pip into this fight. Y'all think Mama Otis would get a buff? Does Otis have some interaction with landlords that Or is it because he's a little baby? I don't, I don't know what you mean. Well, Purgus units and Ego are gonna be cool. You get Faust and Gregor, and Yusang gets Solemn Lament. Ego. I did hear about the Solemn Lament Ego. As a previous game player, I do enjoy the Grave of a Thousand. Is it Grave of a Thousand Butterflies? Or there's that always confused me. Even like whenever I was in the middle of the game, I got confused as hell from that one because there's the Funeral of a Thousand Butterflies, but then there's the Grave of a Thousand Fireflies. the Grave of a Thousand, the Ghibli movie. Heart of the Whale 3. Known for having ganked a bunch of kids. Pog. I mean, the background thing I watched was that she killed her little sisters to ascend. I think she killed her big sister and killed a little sister to ascend to the position that she's in. You could have given your crew a chance to see for themselves where they stood. Always in my wake are pallid, opaque traces. You say that I stole their chances? Wrong. They merely followed in my wake, setting their course to the same destination as mine. Because, had they not done so, they could not have endured this world, because they were weak. I was their lighthouse in the world of Tempest. I gave them an unambiguous path to follow. The last of my sailors, by me, heed my orders, pursue them! Is she manifesting Ego? Hey Chewie, how are you doing today? Welcome, welcome. She's popping off. Do you still fail to see? They are already Ahab. They are my harpoons. My hatred is their hatred. My vengeance is their vengeance. And my harpoon shall not be defied. Pip! Pip! He's here! Now we get to stomp the landlord's goofy ass. Stubbs' death did this to you, didn't it? Stubbs not dead, Miss Ishmael. Pip would have said as such. He crushed his own heart and gave himself to me so that he would be freed from his guilt. Be not so cruel to a mere child, Ishmael. Cast your eyes upon me. His broken heart led him to me, and I have freed him from his guilt to the best of my abilities. But what did you do? Nothing. The least you could have done was to volunteer to row in Pip's place on that fateful day. The fault lies with you, Ishmael. Yet, I am the evil here? Yeah, I mean, you've given off big villain energy right now. Kill her arm. I'm absolutely killing Pip. Pip is cooked. We're gonna hit the win rate button and see what we're looking at. See if the game is equally as dumb. So we're hopeless here in this clash against this up here. So let's whip out my Ego. That only makes it favored. It's a big hit. 16 to 18. We'll see if we out coin flip her. We'll just have to win. Win rate all the way. I can't help it. I've been conditioned. I got Mama Otis really early in my play, and okay. I got Mama Otis really early in the play, and the game has since then trained me to use the win rate button. So, you know. You just got hella lucky. I consider getting the Nurse Father Otis incredibly lucky at this point. I was lamenting. I was like, complaining. I was lamenting pretty early on in my playthrough that, you know, the game was giving me challenges that I simply just couldn't beat. There was a bunch of stuff I kept running into where it was just like, okay, so this is not possible for me to do with my current build, with my current characters. And then at the end of stream that day, one of my friends and viewers was like, you should do pools before you end the stream. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll do pools. And I was sitting there complaining. and as I was complaining, I unlocked Nurse Father Otis. And it's like, oh, okay. I guess that's good. Yeah, thank you for the follow, Chewy. Nice. Congrats on the new IDs. I definitely feel like the you know, your mileage may vary with the enjoyment that you get of this game is incredibly determined by what IDs you get, and if you spend your starting whatever, like, new manager daily login bonus EXP tickets smartly, because if you don't, you're gonna have a bad time, I think. Starbuck, you were the only crew of the ship that that could challenge Ahab. So how could you? How foolish, Ishmael, how foolish. Starbuck was the first to kneel. It matters not how many waves a first mate has weathered. A first mate's station is still beneath his captain. Out of his own volition, he blinded his eyes in that complacent belief that regardless of whatever paths we took, the captain would lead him to his destination. If you knew that he had sought a better path, then why have you not helped him see it? So the fault lies with you again, Ishmael. Oh, she's laying out another objection. She's given me right now. She's given me claw energy with the, you know, the big arm with the you know, little injection things in it. I need to. Her voice is so quiet in the song. The fault might lie with Ishmael. I don't know about that. The jury's still out for me. I still am second guessing. Maybe I don't want to use ego here. I think maybe we're gonna use the defense counterattack. I need to check, but I was gonna say it looks like she doesn't like envy. Perfect. I'll have to scrape Ahab off of the bottom of my shoe when I'm done with this. Ishmael should have killed her sooner. I would trust the person who's literally manifesting a gaslighting ego. She is. She's, you know, she's a gaslight gatekeep girl boss. Not every bit of sound design in this game is peak, but most of it is. Down to the combat sounds and such. Oh, we are dominating across the board right now. Let's go. Win rate all day, baby. Did you play any of the previous games, Chewy? We've done from Lobotomy Corporation, Library of Ruina, and now Limbus on stream from start to finish to 100% completion. And the sound design, the music has been a main feature that we've multiple times just sat and listened to the music for a while. This is the same, I think this is the same singer that's in the Temeri fight in Library of Ruina. Library of Ruina is peaked. If you like Limbus, my general perspective, my personal opinion is that Limbus is inferior to Library of Ruina in every way that I could measure so far. Of course, I'm only on Canto 6, I haven't finished the story. But Library of Ruina nearly lost them money as a company. So as a business venture, Limbus has been more profitable because of the game. But yeah. The Millie songs. Pog. Quico, I don't want to let you go. Not you. It's all because of you, Ishmael. This happened because you dared to unearth her buried heart. Because you forced her broken heart into the open. The fault lies with you, once again. actually, it's your fault. Look at what you've done. Watch her determination crumble, her conviction collapse. Now, with her faith broken, the pale clings her heart. I mean, we're still dominating, so we'll see. Kanto 6 is honestly one of their best pieces of story games written. I've enjoyed Kanto 6. I'm like straight up. I do genuinely feel like I do feel like the arc. I'm not like, for anybody who hasn't finished it or if you missed the stream, like I don't want to spoil anything for people who haven't played Library, but I do feel like the overall arc, character, the I want to say like the character writing, but the way that they the way that they rolled out and revealed aspects and facets of the personalities and the characters inside Library of Ruina, I feel like was incredibly brilliantly done. And while I enjoy this does feel it's hard to explain. I kind of feel like a lot of these are exposition of source material and like, check out my twist on Moby Dick, and like I appreciate that, but like I said, I do feel like this has been a bit on the nose. Like White Whale Ahab has been a bit on the nose. The character named Queequeg, like a lot of it. But I am enjoying it. I'm having fun. I've enjoyed, the story has been the thing about this game I have enjoyed the most. And I really like the way that Ahab is written. She's a crazy asshole, but I really appreciate the way that she's written in this. Holy shit, Greed. Check this shit out. I'll try twisting. That's a neat trick. I failed. You did. Is that an illusion, or is that also Ishmael? Behind the captain appears a silhouette of Ishmael encased in that pale membrane. I couldn't solve anything. I failed everything. All I managed to do was survive, pathetically, like a wretch, hanging on to my dear friend's coffin. And you'll give up again, because you're afraid. You'll give up even before you start. The sinners start to get agitated. That bloody bastard. That bloody bastard. Don't listen to her, Ishmael. She doesn't know what she's talking about. The manager holds their silence, then utters, "That's not Ishmael." But her own answers matter the most here, no? Her breathing is quick and shaking. She deliberates. What answer awaits you at the end of this deliberation? It's very low. What is it? 5 to 17, but the threshold is we're cooked. We're cooked. Ishmael, you're cooked. Check failed. Lock in. 5 to 17 out of 20. Her answer to the manager's question is endless silence. Is she contemplating, or did I forget to read that bit? Indeed, it may be too early for her to decide this, that is. Yeah. So we come to a check later? It's not over yet. It's too early to decide. There's still time. And when time comes, no one will make the decision in your stead. Not me. Not Ahab. I know that you can reach your own answers, find your own way. Ishmael does not reply. Instead, she tightens her grip on her weapon arm. Very high. There's the pep talk she needed. One coin flipped heads, and we did it. Ishmael swings her arm with determination. She tries to focus. Still with your bullshit. I'll tell your mouth from ear to ear. Fine, go ahead. What are you waiting for? Is it because you're too weak to do it? At the captain's provocation, Ishmael's eyes begin to burn with hatred. She rushes at the captain. Looks like she's still searching for an answer, and sometimes wrath may draw one off course. Isn't that right? Ishmael gains 6 offense level up and 2 haste. Ishmael fully heals SP. Efflorescence Ego Gas Harpoon should be Gaslighting Harpoon. Gains 3 fragile. Okay. We can't be struggling now. We need to be dominating. That's very true, Necro. I don't know where Roland or Roland's story is from. So that made the experience new and fresh for me, and I didn't have anything to go back and reference it to say like, oh yeah, this is like, you know, this part of the story is word for word from the source material, because I never read the source material. So that's fair. That's a fair criticism of my analysis. Gun her down, boys. That's definitely the most damage I've seen that ego do. Guys, she's at 1 hit point. I think she's done for this phase. I am the captain of this lake, of the city. I shall seize the beast's heart and sever the evil from its roots. She's doing it. The pallid whale and Ahab, they force their way into the cracks in our hearts. Everyone has those cracks in their hearts. They're what makes us hesitate, what makes us waver. Confusion, loneliness, the anxiety of the unknown, the fear of knowing that the people, the things you cherish, will one day leave your side. They tightly choke these fragile, countless cracks in our hearts to the point of breaking. Before I even knew it, those cracks in my heart were filled with a singular obsession, so much so that I was suffocating. I will kill Captain Ahab, the cause of all evils in the world that has brought me to this point. That obsession has wrapped me so tightly and in so many impenetrable layers that I can no longer even recognize the times I've spent with everyone and the choices I've made. And all of a sudden, I began to sink, even memories of my own shape fading into oblivion. I am lost here. I don't know where to go anymore. And Heathcliff is there. The hell are you doing there? Come out. Heathcliff? When did this happen? When did it? I didn't realize.
No, I saw that very same look on your mark the very first moment we met. Thought you might suffocate and kick the bucket any minute.
The pallid membrane devours Queequeg before Ishmael's eyes. I'm so sorry, Queequeg. I couldn't save you. No, I was too late. Too late to think about what is right and what is wrong. To think for myself. Too late. I should have been more. I should have. Hey, your name. Tell me once more. The Great Lake might be one of the worst places in the city, but it sure has a pretty sunset. Your name. What? My name? Why? Because your hair color. I like it. Because you're cute. Whales, when they die, they turn to the sun. And your hair color, sunset color. So when I throw the harpoon, whales turn to you. We can be good friends. Well, call me Ishmael, if you please. Gay! Call me Ishmael. Queequeg disintegrated until she was no more. Ishmael limps toward Ahab. The captain is on the ground, defeated. In Ishmael's hand is a harpoon that's been whetted and sharpened for this singular moment. You're in my way, Dante. Again. Why are you doing this? Why do you keep getting in my way? Why do you even turn the clock for me? What the hell do you get out of all this? What does pretending to— I was gonna say penetrate. What does pretending to be a good person help you feel better? I wanted to know more about you, so I can find you a path that doesn't go in circles. Do you even know? Do you even know where you're going? I'm constantly searching. Maybe I summon the flow of time to turn the hands of my clock, to find the paths for the endlessly wandering sinners, for all those who are lost, so that I may not be lost. Ishmael, we're all captains of our own hearts. We just happened to be sailing the same path, and sometimes we've let each other take the helm. But at the end of all this, you still have to be the captain of your own ship. You're the one who has to steer your very own path. So don't you dare let go of your helm before the voyage is over, because I will neither. Ishmael slowly approaches Ahab. Her face is shrouded in a grim shadow. So you finally killed everyone. Didn't even leave a single one of them alive. Yeah, and you're the last one. Yes! Now we've become one and the same, Ishmael. The paths to our destinations are both unclouded. Any sacrifice, any amount of death can be justified as long as we can see our missions through to their ends. As long as we kill that bastard, we will have nothing more to wish for in our lives. One day, I had a sudden epiphany that I was tired of living like this. Aimlessly taking tests, earning certificates, finding a place in the nest, landing myself a good career, struggle in an endless competition, writhing and thrashing every single day to be a feather of a wing so that I won't fall behind. All that to trap myself into a desk job, to make money. Yeah, I quit. What am I gonna do now? I don't know. I don't care. I wanted to leave everything behind. Everyone that told me not to do this. I wanted this dreary existence to end. I don't know if that meant that I wanted to die or if I just wanted to do something new with my life. But I knew that I was always fond of the waters. So if I were to die, I wanted to die near a body of water. Recruiting sailors for a whaling ship, huh? For the first time in my life, my heart began to pound. Requirements? An able body that does not suffer seasickness. That's it? Another would be the generosity of your heart to not whine when someone tosses you a rag to shine the bow of the ship. Who am I talking to? Just an old salt who doesn't like how the solid earth feels against her one good leg. Whales are magnificent yet mysterious monsters. Everyone flees, screaming at the sight of a whale, but we give it a toothy grin and a wild guffaw. Every morning that I woke, I wondered what it meant to live. This woman stood before the recruitment board as I have, but her sights were set on something beyond the lake's horizon. Though she had but one leg, she stood taller than anyone else. Pequod, huh? The ship's captain must be one lucky person. Why do you think that? I wanted to be like her. Not a lot of sailors out there willing to work for such a pittance. Still, sailing with this ship will net you a grade 9 fixer license for the Aid Association. I hope to be like her one day, to be someone who will face the destiny of her own choosing, to have something I could give it my all with, conviction and without a moment of hesitation. Yes, break my heart open and pale my skull. Gun her down! Oh, we did the heart instead. Yeah, there once was a time when I wanted to be like you. Once I was your mermaid, devoured and overwritten by your beliefs. I swam towards a towering mad whale that wore your face. Because if I didn't, I didn't know if I could go on. My years of aimless wandering, my loss of everyone that was ever precious to me. That I was the only one who survived. That once I had one chance to get them back, I ended up killing them with my own hands. All of that had to be your fault. It was the only way to make it bearable. Before I saw that recruitment post, after I boarded the Pequod, even after I joined Limba's company, I've never taken the helm of my own ship. But I think I finally found my compass. Does a mere deckhand dare speak of her own compass now? Yeah, an incredibly annoying compass that keeps getting in my way, but they're also a compass that, even as they waver, points to where I want to go. So I want to go on an adventure with that compass, a real adventure, to explore and learn this world we live in. But that bloodied past that I've sailed in this voyage is also a path I charted. I accept that now, and I'll carry that weight with me, all of it. That's why I have to let you live. That is how I'll chart my own path. What? Bumpy voyage. What have you look at me and tell me that we're still one and the same. Why? Golden bow retrieved. Get wrecked, bozo. You should have stabbed me. That harpoon should have pierced my heart. How? Why were you the one to... We must find the pallid whale. Look alive, men. Spring. Roar. Harpooneers, tighten the ropes around your harpoons. Helmsman, set course to the whale. Full sail, my first mate. Row to the pallid whale from which all evils of the world sprout. We sail. Navigators, charts, chart course. We set sail. Sail. Ahab roars. She cries out to her crew, but they'll never return. Her voice scatters to nothingness. I will watch you live because you are the proof of my wandering years, so that I may endlessly struggle against the devouring seas, a testament to my sins, my whale. No, you will not look down at me. I am Captain Ahab. I... Pale blood explodes from the gaping rupture in the whale's heart, as though the Pequod's crew were raising a toast to victory. Drink to the pallid whale's death. Drink to the downfall of Captain Ahab. Thus the voyage came to an end.
Oi, the whale's not letting us out. It's caving in on itself.
So what she said about destroying the heart and escaping? Of course, full of lies to the end. Well, it technically wasn't a lie. We will eventually end up outside the whale. She didn't say anything about being outside the whale in one piece. I guess. Ugh, I should have seen this coming. Something dropped a large, sturdy rope from above us. Who dropped that rope? Doesn't matter, let's take it. Ishmael stared at the rope for a moment.
What are you standing around here for? Let's go.
This rope. I have a feeling that this rope won't snap. You should have killed me. You should have been the one to kill. I should have been the one to kill the whale.
What about her?
We'll let her watch as this place crumbles around her. The captain must go down with the ship after all. We all grabbed onto the rope and climbed. Like Ishmael said, this rope did not snap. We felt the cool breeze blowing in from the outside. We never once looked back at the abyss that was the whale. Never. After some time, apparently that whale's hide was too thick and tough for most things to punch her. So how'd you do it? The Indigo Elder did not seem to mind Rhodio's persistent, somewhat rude questioning. He replied patiently. I don't know if it's because the pallid whale swallowed the golden bow or because it swallowed you and your friends, but its behavior's changed in ways that I've never seen before. I presume something's going wrong with its brain. So I punctured a hole in it with my anchor. That is all. Now, 2 of the 5 calamities of the lake have met their end by your hands. Will you remain here, Indigo Elder? Why would I leave? The sea still harbors 3 calamities. Oh, that butterfly. A solitary butterfly takes a moment to rest before fluttering over the lake's surface. That butterfly looks similar to the one we saw on the Lobotomy Court branch. It appeared to be the exact same butterfly. This harkens back to that bit in the council that we saw during Yal Sang's episode, where they had the little tale they were talking about with the mirror, where they said that the butterfly inside the real world, a butterfly could not make it across the lake, no matter how hard it fluttered. But a butterfly from within the mirror that had been created could essentially fly forever, eternal in this moment, and would eventually be able to cross the lake, or the Great Lake, the sea, whatever. So that kind of I think this is like a callback to that moment, which I thought was just cute and funny, bringing us back to cute and fun, bringing us back to that moment. It appears to be the exact same butterfly. I'm envious to be able to cross the lake so unbound, so freely like that. What do you think his deal was, Rim? He did help us at the end of the day, but he has certain expectations of us. I expect that he'll return.
I don't like being a part of some dodgy bloke's games.
I think he was watching us from a short distance away. Maybe a step away? Ishmael was gazing beyond the lake's horizons. She no longer cast her gaze into the waters. Ishmael? Oh, I was reading the winds. We're cutting it close. I expect to see the waves rushing in our direction any minute. Ishmael chuckled lightly. Then let's face it head on this time. Ready, Dante? I don't know how to sail. Don't you understand? After all that, it doesn't matter how good of a sailor you are. What's important is that someone is here to help steer you right. And as the first mate of this ship, I'll trust and follow your directions. So, you're my captain for now. My skiff will go on an adventure of its own one day, but for now, I've tied that skiff to a bigger ship called Limbus Company, and you, because I really want to find out what's waiting for me at the end of this voyage. Besides, you guys are the only friends I have left. Ishmael. I'll trust your decisions and your orders, Captain, but I'm not going to just accept them at face value. I'll constantly question and try to understand them, so that when I see that my compass no longer aligns with yours, I can take my skiff and sail away. So that I won't let anything consume me again. So that I won't lose myself again. I can see the waves rushing down from us. I can see the waves rushing down. I can see the waves rushing towards us from a distance. What the fuck does my brain inserts words for fun? The waves are as colossal as always. There's a little fear in my heart. Yet, well, I think we can manage that. Waves incoming in 15 seconds. Get to the helm, Swab. No, first mate, Ishmael. You're not even the captain, Otis. Come on. Sorry for intruding, but Charon's got the helm. Hold on, everyone. Now that's a proper Ishmael sigh. I haven't heard her do that in a long while. With it, she tightly gripped a handle of the bus, her gaze fixed on the approaching waves. Determined to never allow herself to be swept up by the tempest that the waves bring, her hair, the color of sunset, flows and flutters in the wind. The wind feels nice. It's a perfect breeze to push us towards a new voyage. Voyage to ice cream. Splish splash. That was a nice canto. That was a good one. I like it. Good job. Good canto. Well done. Buckle up for Heathcliff's canto. Oh my fucking god. What a mess. Is it still not in your sights? That cannot be. We must continue our search. Comb every corner. Sorry that the whale died, but you don't have to completely give up on life, do you? What you've lost is a single whale. You're here to point and jeer at this Captain Ahab, have you? Captain, in this world of infinite possibilities, do you really think that there is but a single pallid whale? Yes. Now there's a spark in your eyes. I think we're starting to understand each other. I'll help you kill that whale, and I'll make sure that you're the one who gets to do it this time. So that you may hunt every pallid whale in every world. All I require from you is your staunch determination and conviction. So, is that more than enough reason for you to come aboard my ship? Let's make this voyage a good one. Well, I mean, everybody keeps telling me Heathcliff gets better. And that his canto is good. So, that's something we're gonna find out. Identity max level increased by 5 levels. That's what's up. Alright, so we got a mini and we've got an intervallo to go through. We're gonna do a thing first, though. We're gonna level up Mama Otis. To 45. We're gonna level up Ryoshu. As well. I think that's probably good. Infinite Whale works. I'm gonna turn one of these into a module. Just the timer's ticking. Let's see what else. I haven't done my dailies. Oh my goodness. When I unlock the season pass, it just gives me all this shit, right? I'm gonna get the season pass. I just haven't decided exactly when I'm gonna do it. I figured, you know, it would be, I don't know. With all of the enjoyment I've gotten out of the story, with everything that I've done, I'm gonna do that. Anything you're at the level for, yeah. How much? It's $10. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna do it. It's just, I don't think I'm gonna buy it on stream. Just because, you know, I don't feel like putting any of my money stuff in on stream. But yeah, I think that's something I'm definitely gonna do. So let's do the mini. What time is it? Oh shit, yeah, it's only 10. That was a quick in and out adventure. It's been a long while since I was able to relax like this, all alone in my room with not a concern on my mind. Maybe it's because a heavy burden has been lifted from my heart. I told the sinners that we should take a day off or so in our respective rooms. After what happened, we deserved a good rest. I also noticed that there are 13 main characters, 12 sinners. Agreed! Thank you! You did not have to do that. Thank you so much, sweetie. Love you. Greed's my goat. I love you, boo-boos. For sure, I'm gonna pick that up, you know, I'll pick it up tomorrow, or today after stream, and then we'll take a look at what I unlocked tomorrow. I'll unlock the actual season pass tomorrow on stream, and we'll see what we get. Thank you so much, Greed. I really appreciate you. The thing I was saying is that I think we're halfway through. At least halfway through the primary story. I know that it like stops at Kanto 9 or whatever for right now, but some guy, I'm always delighted to see you here. I said Greed's my goat. I didn't say you are not a goat. Don't make it about you. Just relax. Everything's fine. But yeah, I think we've done with half of the sinners. So that's fun. It's a nice little halfway point. Although from what I've been able to tell, the stories seem to have gotten a bit longer, Kanto to Kanto. But well, you know, keep on going. I'm enjoying it. A big part of that decision was also to relieve Yi Sang of his seasickness for at least a day. I don't think the sinners' rooms sway in the waves. We're still a ways away from getting out of the Great Lake. I thought it would be a good idea to have a day like this where we could just sit and relax. Of course, this wasn't like a real vacation or anything. If anything were to happen, this little time off would be over just like that. We finished Kanto 5, not Kanto 6. Whatever, don't expect me to count to 6 effectively. I got confused for a second. We'll finish Kanto 6. Heathcliff, that's what I was thinking is Heathcliff he's not like a person, he's like a worm. So I wasn't considering him in the factor. So I guess that's where I got confused. Like that eardrum tearing siren in Mephistopheles that always finds the worst time to go off, for example. Oh, yeah. I had a feeling that something like this was going to happen. I'm not even upset at this point. This sort of room better be worth getting off our bums for. There was naught to do in our respective chambers anyway, Heathcliff. I imagine that the time spent alone in thy room must have been quite dreary indeed. Breaking news, grown-ass 40-something-year-old woman can't count to 6. It's true. It's true. I'm not 40-something. I'm in my late 30s. I'll be 40 in a couple of years. I can be a contemplative man from time to time, alright? For truth. Oi, clock here. 1 clock turn coming right up. This will be the last one in a while, so just take one for the team, alright? It's alright. It's alright, some guy. I'm not sensitive about my age at all. Aren't you dead once you hit 20? That's unk status or something. I mean, whatever. I don't particularly care. I think the most important thing to me is that how do I feel? And I feel like I've got a whole lot of life ahead of me and I'm having a good time. I don't particularly care or celebrate my birthday. Aren't you going to ask Virgilius for permission too? Borks. I think I'm starting to get a handle on how to manage Heathcliff. Good news, Heathcliff. This volatility alarm seems to be something we can make use of. Then? Indeed, a notable change has occurred at one of the mirror dungeon doors. Dante, the short downtime you suggested? Yeah, I know. I knew something like this was going to happen anyway. I see. Then let us investigate the area where the volatility was detected. There was something odd about the way that Faust and Virgilius were looking at me, but I was too busy to worry about the two of them. I had to somehow convince the sinners who had their long-awaited proper break taken away from them as soon as it started to get to work.
새로운 문이
Another
생겼고.
locked door is open. The keep out tapes have also disappeared.
이번엔 문이 좀 푸르스름하네요.
The door looks a bit bluish this time, doesn't it?
원래 있던
Where
문들은
did the other
어디
doors
갔죠?
go? I don't think they were blue like this. The door did look a bit blue this time. Looks like every new mirror dungeon door will have a different design. And disappear from time to time, I guess. I can hear rolling waves from the other side, I
단말에서
think.
넘어온 정보에
According to
따르면
the information relayed to
이번
us via the
뒷문의
device, it
변화로
appears that
발생한
the official
신규
designation for the
공간은
new area 7 by the
호수의
backdoor
거울로
volatility will
호출하기로
be
정한 것
the
같군요.
mirror of the lake. Ishmael's eyebrows twitched.
저번에 이상 씨
This
때도
is,
그렇고
this is exactly what happened after we wrapped up Yi Sang's
무작위로
business.
이런 새로운
It seems too
공간이
convenient to call it a
만들어진다고
coincidence,
하기에는
doesn't it? It's like these
굉장히
areas are tailor-made for each
수동적
sinner.
신화적인
Faust?
메피스토펠레스의 엔진은
Mephistopheles'
방금까지가
edges
수급될
decide
때마다
to change and adapt every
가능하도록
time a
설계되어
golden
있습니다.
bow is
버스의
retrieved.
뒷문
And the
역시
back door is also a
엔진의
product of
힘을
the engine.
방금까지와
It would not
직접적인
be a
연관이
reach to
있었던
theorize that the
수감자들이
incidents
사건에
with
영향을
each
받는
sinner would affect the engine,
우리는 아니겠죠.
which in turn influences the contents of the
그
back door.
말은
In other words,
앞으로
it's
다른
pretty much a
황금 가지를
guarantee that with
회수할
each
때마다
golden bow retrieval, we'll
새로운
be getting a
공간이
new
만들어지는
zone
건
from now on.
확률은 높습니다.
Quite likely, yes. Okay, yeah,
그렇군요.
thanks for the explanation. Ishmael's willingness to sharply and boldly question all things suspicious did not change at all, but, or maybe she just didn't like the fact that the word lake was even brought up. After the events of the Great Lake, maybe she was starting to take care not to be as blunt and scathing towards her fellow sinners. Not more than necessary, anyway. That's good. I'm
잠시.
relieved.
문제가 하나 더 있다.
Wait, that raises another
말씀하시죠.
question. Do ask.
황금 가지는
Are the golden bows not immediately
후
shipped to the
LCCA를
headquarters
통해 본사로
by the
이송된다고
after team
들었다.
as soon as we retrieve them? How can they
이 자리에
affect the engines
존재하지도
if they're
않는
not
것이
here?
그런
Aren't they
영향을
inside
끼칠 수
Dante's
있는
head,
건가?
Otis?
그 질문에
The
대답하기
answer to that
위해서는
question requires a rather
상관없다.
lengthy explanation. I care not. Wait, Otis. How about we try to wrap this up as quickly as we can? We better get to some place that's not constantly swaying. Yi Sang's really not having a good time out here. I did not take my medicine, for I assumed that we would be having a brief respite. I'll beg your forgiveness.
결론만 듣지.
I'll hear just the summary then.
요약하자면
In summary, once the golden bow is
황금가지는
retrieved, and when
수복구
Limbus Company
본사에
headquarters
이송되어
goes through a certain
조율
tuning
과정이
process,
마무리되면
Mephistopheles' engine and the golden bow's
메피스토펠레스의
wavelengths will
엔진과
overlap, causing a
황금가지는
resonance effect,
관리자의 머리에
which is a
있는
process that involves
황금가지와도
resonating with
함께.
the golden bow in your head as well, manager. That's how it
그
works?
과정이
Does that
관리자님께
process not
해를
harm the
끼치지는
executive
네.
manager?
뭐
No, as you've witnessed it
보셔오셨다.
yourself.
일단
So once it's
회수하면
retrieved,
반응하는
the golden
건가?
bow continues to affect those it
알았다.
resonated with. I see.
저기
Guys, are we done with the boring
설명
lectures?
가.
EWTL. Enough with the
빨리.
lecture. Faust, this dungeon, we have to enter it now, don't we? It felt like I was going back on my promise after telling everyone that we could relax. I didn't like this one bit, but I think I already knew what Faust was going
파우스트는
to
가능한
say.
빠르게
Faust suggests that we explore the
새로운
new zone
공간을
as soon as we're
탐색할
able.
것을 데우스에서 육지로 돌아갈
Mephistopheles
때까지
is
시간이
still
남았고
at a significant distance from the
특별히
shores,
해야 할 일도
and there are
없는
not many
상황에선
activities to do before reaching our
거울
next
단단에서의
destination. This would be an
자원 확보와
appropriate
성장은
exercise for us to
적절한
during this
활동이다.
empty period. Ugh.
관리자님.
Executive
말씀하신
Manager, I
것을
understand that you may
반복하는
feel
일이
uncomfortable
마음에
going against your
들지는
earlier
저희의
orders,
남은
but
여정을
consider the
고려하고
fact that this journey will continue on for
이
quite some
새로운
time. I
공간에서
believe
얻을
that the
수 있는
resources and the
자원과
combat
전투
experience that
경험,
can be gained from this new area would be quite
어려운 건-
considerable. I nodded affirmatively. The sinners each began grumbling and aired their woes, but they still prepared to head into the dungeons once again. Thus we entered the newly formed door. Yeah, but not really. Tedium. That's fun. As our voyage onto the Great Lake extends, the list of the things to keep the sinners entertained grows ever smaller. In a way, it sounds like a serious problem, but guys, anybody got any fun stories to tell? No, for the 13th time, I suppose repeating the exact same phrase that many times is a talent.
혹시 말을
If it could even be
똑바로
called that, if
까먹으라고
you're having
하는
trouble
거라면
recalling what you said moments
정확히는
ago,
28번째.
she has repeated that phrase
30번이
28 times to be
채워지면
precise. At
코드보에
30, I
손상이
was
있던
planning
건
to
아닌지
verify if she had
확인하려던
suffered any
참이었다.
damages to her occipital region.
안다고 알아.
I get it,
얼마나
I'm just
지루하면 내가
bored,
이러겠어.
okay?
할 게 없으니까 이러지.
There's nothing to do anymore. I'm tired of playing the same
게임도
game of
이제
backgammon again and again and
잘
again.
됐네.
Good. I've got a job for you then. How about you start
이
feeding the
갈매기
seagull
밥
on
주는
time for
거나
once?
해줘.
Somehow it
같이
became my
있어서
responsibility.
내가 너무 타고 있잖아.
After all of you got tired of taking care of it.
그러게.
Yeah, we're going to
어차피
have to
호수를
let the seagull
벗어나면
go
원래
once we're out of the
살던
Great Lake
곳으로
anyway.
돌려보낼
Why'd you
거면서
even let yourself get
왜
attached to it? Just look at her.
죽어라잖아.
The way she looks at you, those
그냥
woeful
갈매기의
eyes.
눈빛인데요.
What, your average seagull eyes? It was abundantly clear that the sinners were starting to slowly expire from sheer boredom. Well, it's not really a problem that has a solution, and I had zero interesting stories to tell, considering I'm an amnesiac, so all I could do was sit here and watch the sinners suffer. Putting them through the daily trials of the mirror dungeons wasn't the most exciting activity either. I'm glad that they finally fucking recognized it inside the game. It's canonically boring as fuck in the game as well. Speaking of which, Heathcliff appears to be the one least affected by this mess. Well, not that he was all calm and aloof, that is. No, it's that he has nothing going on upstairs inside of his brain. He's just sitting there. I'd say he's anxious.
Oi,
베르길리우스.
Virgilius.
A frosty silence descended upon the sinners, and the source of that frost was the inexplicable event that played out before their eyes. Huh? Oh, Heathcliff, have you gone insane? Did you finally snap? This must be the side effect of the consultations. Maybe we can call this sense of self-preservation loss syndrome or something like that? Heathcliff?
좀
Shut your trap. I ain't mad, and my sense of self-preservation is just fine.
Impressive. I rarely found myself surprised in a series of misadventures so far. This is one of the most rare occasions. Speak. What's your business?
See, our next destination is T-Corp, isn't it?
Do you really need me to answer that?
당신
You know what I'm talking about.
Patience, Heathcliff, though that seems to be a virtue that most of you have. If everything goes according to the flow, you'll make it to your appointment on time. Since I had no context for any of that, all I could do was sit here and watch as Heathcliff scratched the back of his head. I'm still out of the loop, but Heathcliff must be really anxious about something if he's willing to talk to Virgilius first. And after all that...
That's not... What else could possibly be more important than the appointment? Oh, wait.
Heathcliff turned around to face us.
Oi, any of you got any history with T-Corp? Show of hands now.
I have, in a way. I resided in that place once.
Right, but we already did you, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Then yeah, soon it'll be. But we're still in the middle of this mad light. Oi, clock out. What's today's date?
How would I know?
Oh, can't you tell the date? You've got a clock for it, Ed.
But clocks and calendars are completely different things. Oh, Heath, that was your 13th side today. Keep doing that and you just might huff and puff our boat to pieces. Tell us, Heathcliff, your turn's coming up, isn't it? And whatever it is that awaits you there, you're going to have to prepare yourself for it.
Yeah, I suppose. There's no use in hiding it anymore.
After some time. Right, so to summarize, Heathcliff's starting to feel like his turn's coming up now that Ishmael had her time in the ringer, and he's got a good reason to believe that because Virgilius handed him something in their last consultation that affirmed his suspicions, and according to that something, he'll need some fancy clothes and whatnot to refine his looks before we get to T-Corp. But since we're still so far from escaping the lake, you're starting to feel restless, is that right?
Right on, so...
Yeah, so there's not much you can do about that before we hit solid ground, is there? Oh, come on, Heath. That's it. Don't you worry. I can definitely help you with that as soon as we find land, okay?
We don't even know how far away from land we are.
Date, we have reached the end of the scheduled work period for the sinners. Oh yeah. I hereby confirm today's closure of business for the sinners. I reflexively said my usual routine piece as the light alarm played. Man, that was even a big deal then. I was hoping to see an act of dramatic bloodshed for once. Well, at least he wasn't trying to stir up trouble for once. The sinners each got up from their seats, yawned and stretched, and one by one disappeared into the back door.
Oi, Clockhead. Didn't know they knocked your wits off along with your head.
Sorry, but Gregor isn't completely wrong, is he?
Can't you even mince words at this point?
Ugh. Virgilius and Charon also walked into the back door, mocking grins on their faces, and I was left alone in the ship's cabin, standing awkwardly next to a severely crestfallen Heathcliff. Ahem! Wait, there was another. Sir Heathcliff!
What are you doing out here, girl? Run along, you. Go gush about the high and mighty fixtures of T-Corp or something.
Ahem! I shall have plenty of time for that later, yet Thou shalt do well to treat me well, Sir Heathcliff. What, you little... Hold! Allow me to finish, Manager Esquire. Sir Heathcliff, come hither. Hush, hush. Don Quixote wore a confident smile. She slowly, gingerly walked over to presently and temporarily vacant Charon's seat, and whispered ever so silently to us, "Forsooth, I have devised a splendid plan for thee." I genuinely enjoy Don Quixote. She's like whimsically stupid, whereas Heathcliff is like sad stupid. There's a hard mode for this? Intervallo?
So, what is this splendid plan of yours?
I don't think there were words in this world expressive enough to describe that look on Heathcliff's face. It was certainly that he had very scant expectations for Don Quixote and her plans, but there was a sliver of hope in his face that maybe, just maybe, Don Quixote might rise to the occasion for once. It was unclear whether Heathcliff's internal struggle mattered much to Don Quixote, however. She began excitedly describing her plan. "Didst thou, Sir Heathcliff, ever hear the tale of the ancient and legendary fixer of Deviat Association, the Red Sack?"
The red what? Like Virgilius?
It is said that the legendary Red Sack carried out his deliveries, no matter how terrible the terrain or how arduous the journey, to all corners of the city, and with him was his sidekick, Reindeer Man. Forsooth, his magnificence hath given away gratuitous gifts for children of the city that he deemed to be kind. 'Tis but common knowledge, Sir Heathcliff. He appeareth on the front cover of the Fixer's Monthly every winter. Don Quixote asked, sounding genuinely shocked to learn that Heathcliff did not know of this Red Sack.
What makes you think I ever read rags like that?
Fie to thee, rags, you say? Manager Esquire, surely thou hadst heard of this magnificent publication. I knocked on my ticking clock head. I didn't really feel the need to spell it out for her. So none of thee has subscribed to it, then mine words fell on deaf ears. Anyhow, what matters to thee, Sir Heathcliff, is that thou endeavourest to make thyself more presentable than anyone else for this occasion, is it not?
Finally getting to the point, go on.
Marry, good sir, a costume most befitting that occasion would be those of the Red Sock and his sidekick Reindeer Man.
Oh, this isn't going to end well, is it? What, like those ridiculous fixers, Elder Tor RD or whatever?
'Tis not ridiculous, fie. Thou hadst not even deigned to indulge mine only wish that we would cosplay Fixers del Ardient together. Thou hast not given it a chance. Indeed, speak not on a matter thou knowest not about.
With all that of a splendid plan, I thought you were actually going somewhere, but it all comes round to that fixer nonsense again, eh? Don't even have the energy to beat the sense into you. I'll get to it later. 5 honest inch to the noggin should do it.
When the sliver of hope on Heathcliff's face was beginning to rapidly fade, prithee, share thy thoughts of the fixers that we had laid our eyes upon thus far.
What?
Embarrassing, were they? Remember, were they not fancy and impeccably dressed? Close not thy eyes and heart. Speak.
Absolutely embarrassing sights, yeah. That spandex bloke from K-Corp looked like he leaped right out of a circus.
Nay, Lord Secret was not embarrassing. I say that his outfit was rather dashing. Wouldst thou not agree? Allow me to regale thee with information concerning the materials of this fabric, so that thy understanding... excuse me. He thee hither, Sir Heathcliff. I am yet unfinished.
Why is this girl so hyper today?
Well, Lord Sigrid is a special outlier, mayhaps, but dost thou not agree that most fixers are all rather well dressed and wore honour upon their sleeves?
Honour upon their what? I don't know about that, but I suppose they were quite posh.
Verily thou, follow thee, aye, and thou shalt see thyself dressed as impeccably and impressively as the fixers are.
Is that right? Sorry, I know shite all about clothes and making myself look fancy. Right, so let's say I go along with your plan. Where are we going to get them clothes? Honestly, everyone was all right. Everyone was right. Where are we even going to pick up clothes in the middle of the lake? The Heathcliff accent is going to fucking kill me for an entire canto. Yet I have thought of that as well. Recall the events of yesterday, the sirens that echoed across this bus. Dost thou remember? Now that I think about it, there was a siren yesterday. It went off not long before I announced the close of business for the day. But Faust said that the backdoor volatility wasn't anything for us to worry about. Yet I was curious, how indeed doth Faust determine which volatility is useful and which is not? Thus, as all were crowded by the back door, preoccupied with returning to their respective quarters, I have secretly and stealthily availed myself the chance to glance at the screen. So you took a peep at the screen. Oh, thank you for following, Ashan. Welcome to the stream. You know how to read those complex symbols? Nay, I myself had little hope of recognizing them, yet when I looked into them, amongst the symbols in that device were a pair of rather peculiar symbols. I could very easily tell them apart from the others. Forsooth, 'twere symbols of the red sack and the reindeer man, and next to them was a symbol indicating posh outfits. No, it can't be that simple. Yeah, no, it can't be that simple. I agreed with Heathcliff. However, Don Quixote remained enthusiastic as ever, as though she was already expecting him to say that. Welcome. Dost thou know? Every so often, certain symbols appear on the numerous doors past the back door. Oh? Every respite, every passing glance, I made sure to watch them carefully. And 'twas yesterday, when in the corridor I spied myself the exact door with the exact same symbol that I witnessed on the screen. Don Quixote, you didn't. 'Tis my nature as an adventurer, Manager Esquire, mine inability to quell the burning adventurous spirit. I prostrate before thee. Know that I have taken the sneakiest of peeks. Marry, 'twas not too foolhardy. I have only taken a small peek, and if I were to regale thee that what I witnessed from within, that all my deductions and predictions have been proven true, could thee find within thyself compassion to spare mine soul? You absolute moppet. What in the bloody hell do you keep doing what everyone tells you not to do? Oh my god, Heathcliff, of all people, of all people in the world. Right, Heathcliff, I just don't understand why some people keep doing things that everyone else tells them not to do. I remember when Heathcliff ignored all warnings and went into the restricted areas past the area of the corridor we were allowed to use. Yeah. Really, I appreciate it. I don't know if I agree with you, but I'm having fun with it. It's the only way, honestly, it's the only way I can read Heathcliff's dialogue is by reading him as the meathead Brit. It was a tad different this time, however. Back then, Heathcliff had no idea what was beyond that door, and this time we do. Are you suggesting that we call everyone over to explore that place? Nay, the three of us will be more than sufficient to handle this task. All tales begin with a party of three, indeed. You're just scared of the consultation, aren't you? I have nary a clue as to what thou mayest be referring to. The answer to this predicament was right here. Right there. Tell them that it's too dangerous and shove them back into their respective rooms to rest up for tomorrow. Manager Esquire, in that zone, indeed, it appeared to be a place most peaceful to mine eyes. 'Tis a simple task, is it not? All that we seek to do is to enter there and avail ourselves a few sets of clothes for Heathcliff. It was obvious that Don Quixote wasn't helping Heathcliff out of pure kindness of her heart. Maybe she hungered for an adventure, or maybe she thought she might be able to do that cosplay of the fixers she so admired. But if we can find Heathcliff some nice clothes to put his heart at ease, then maybe I can do something about this before things get out of control. Like it did last time when I just let a sinner's anxiety stew and exacerbate. Fine, but we're turning around at the first sign of danger. Seriously? Come on. You were willing to do it if it meant that you could pick up some clothes. Well, I suppose we'll be okay as long as Clockhead's with us. Well said. Then let us reconvene tonight before Manager Esquire's quarters. We shall knock in the following rhythm. Knock, 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 knock. Then thou shalt whisper a secret code, to which then I... Just go get some sleep. I really hope this won't be a waste of time. We agreed on a precise time before returning to our respective rooms. Combat. Oh god.
Do I even have a... I don't even have a single ID for Don Quixote. Oh god. Shit. A level 19 basic ID plus Wild Hunt Heathcliff. Oh my god, the recommended level is 40. I think we might be cooked. This intervallo is gonna fucking kill me. A dark, silent night. All are sound asleep. Thus we assemble. This better be worth the trouble. It shall be worth every trouble, of course. Now come hither. We quietly and sneakily followed Don Quixote, taking care not to make a noise. Are we really crossing a line? Bloody hell, lass, don't you know what happened last time I crossed it? Alas, it will be different this time. All we must do is follow the corridor immediately to the right of this delineation and open the door here. So these are the symbols she was talking about. Past the door through the window, the symbols Don Quixote mentioned shimmered, symbols that seemed to indicate a sack, a wrapped present, and what appeared to represent fancy clothes. So, they're the red sack and the reindeer man symbols? Precisely. Right, I suppose you're the expert with these things. I'm going in. Hold on. Before I even had the chance to stop him, Heathcliff barged into the door, and we found ourselves almost getting dragged in by sheer fervor. Oh! We found ourselves in a rather sizable room. This place was decorated with numerous Christmas-themed ornaments. Warm, cozy lighting reflected off the wooden flooring, and a maze of conveyor belts were installed all over the place. This place is a factory? Quite. And what are those things? Those little children like? Ahem. Hark! 'Tis I, Don Quixote. What the hell is she doing? The little figures Heathcliff indicated didn't exactly look like children. They all froze for a moment before turning around in our direction. They weren't humans, that's for sure. Elves. Give me but a moment. I have already parleyed with these fellows. What happened to the sneakiest of peaks? Oi, Clockhead, something's coming this way. A small, but larger than others around it, figure scurried over and stood before us. Ah, Lady Don Quixote, you finally grace us with your presence once again, me. And just as you did before, poof, appearing from the most unexpected places again, me. Who's this, Don Quixote? The one who shall grant us the wonderful gifts indeed. He rubbed his hands, or what I assumed to be his hands, together, looked up at us, and stared. Pleased to make your acquaintance, me. You must be Lady Don Quixote's friend, me. My name is Doru, a gnome who works at the gift factory, me. And why, of course, I make gifts here, me. Indeed, a gnome. Was that supposed to be obvious? What are gnomes anyway? So they're not humans, right? Yes, these fellows are not humans, they're gnomes. Yes, of course, not humans, homies. Home. Didn't think not humans were allowed in this city. They're not abnormalities or distortions either. They're something else. That's a city. I knew it. Well, why does it matter if they're not humans? What truly matters is the heart with which they commit themselves to work. That is. Of course. You are absolutely right, my lady, me. Didn't that Dolduru gnome say something weird about the city just now? So that wasn't just me, Well, me. This Dodoru cut in on our conversation. Do the friends of Lady Don Quixote wish for any presents, me? Say, we have fancy clothes and powerful weapon, me, or delicious cookie, me. Fancy clothes? So you really have them? Looks like we've got a winner, me. Well, then please this way. The gnome said something about introducing us to the reception hall and led us to a certain room in his scurrying gait. This seems more like a storage space than a reception hall. Oh, behold, there is a warm fireplace and a table in this cozy place. What more could thee possibly ask for? And we have some delicious refreshments ready for you as well, me. Please wait a moment and I'll be right back with the gifts you want, me. The gnome bowed, opened the door, and scuttled out of the room. Our reception hall is usually this barren? I've never been in one before, so I had no idea if this was what they were supposed to look like. I had to ask. Especially because it was starting to get pretty obvious, even with my rather limited experience, that there was something off about this whole situation. I have once heard the rumor that this kind of decor has been catching on in recent years.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Apparently, it's popular for some blokes to just deliberately leave their stuff lying around in some half-finished looking buildings.
Is that what this is? Still thy heart, Manager Esquire. I shall personally be responsible for this expedition and claim ourselves shiny gifts.
If push comes to shove, I should nab some of those, or sort them packing some shiny, expensive looking stuff over there.
Fucking kleptomaniac Heathcliff strikes again. No thievery this time, Heathcliff. Has the incident with the hair coupons really left thy mind?
Oh, blimey, fine.
Heathcliff was as foul-mouthed as always, but it was evident from his relaxing expression that his anxiety was starting to ease. Maybe the fact that we're here, about to find what he's looking for, was a comforting thought. Heathcliff, if it is that important to you to dress well for this occasion.
Oh, yeah.
A rather delicate but gently smoldering hearth, calm, silent air, a perfect atmosphere to bring up uncomfortable subjects for some honest heart-to-heart. Or is someone waiting for you there? Someone who you'd like to dress up for?
Well, I suppose you're not completely wrong.
A secret is it? Don Quixote excitedly and loudly dragged her chair up close to Heathcliff.
I'll have to go back as a successful man, as someone of great worth, so that they'll know that I've changed, that I'm no longer that witless brigand Heathcliff. That's why I have to dress posh when I return, to appear like a man of quality.
But you aren't a man of quality. You are still Unga Bunga, idiot man, kleptomaniac. You are not posh. Hooth, hath someone stoked the fire of envy in thy stomach? Is this about revenge, like Ishmael? A man of quality. A chud of quality. Revenge. Heathcliff leaned back in his chair. It creaked as he rocked gently back and forth. There was a look of deep introspection on his face, which was, if my memory serves me right, a first. Perfect.
Well, I suppose you could call it revenge, but what I really want to do is make her regret. Yeah, that's what it is. I'll show them. I'll trample over those bastards who thought I was worth a shite.
God. Oh, he's not beating the idiot allegations.
So that she'll regret not choosing me, so that she'll feel regret down to the deepest reaches of her heart. I'll prove to Kathy that there was no better man for her tonight.
Kathy. Heathcliff's eyes tremble a little as he speaks her name. He's mentioned that name before. His eyes trembled then too. This Kathy must be someone very important to you.
Of course, bloody important.
So, what happened between the two of you? Between you and Kathy?
Catherine, to be exact, and I call her Kathy. It's a long and complicated story.
Aha, allow mine intuition to speak for thee. This Kathy must be thy lover, is she not? Wait, is that what she is to you?
No, it's nothing like that. Okay, maybe a little bit.
He's stuttering like Sinclair on a bad day. While his disposition was as brusque as always, I could clearly see that he couldn't stop himself from smiling from a mere mention of her name, and that gave me more than enough answers. Every sinner had a reason for joining Limbus Company, so maybe Heathcliff joined Limbus Company for this Kathy person. Makes me wonder what kind of a person she might be, though. Someone that special, that precious to Heathcliff.
Don't be so overdramatic. It ain't me.
Now, I do this not out of my obligations as the manager, but I'm starting to think that I want to help you out, so that you could be the best man you can be for her. Indeed, we shall all be people of quality. Kathunk. I heard a door open that very moment. It wasn't the reception hall door, the one made of wood, and wouldn't make the sound that I just heard. The sound came from over there, away from us, from a dark corner of the room. Then we heard sound of metal scraping against wood. It was accompanied by a howling blizzard. So those were sleigh marks, huh? The huge sleigh made its way across the wooden floor on the marks that were already on the floorboards. It was flanked by several gnomes. The sleigh was red, and the sacks on it were either black or red. But they were all littered with flesh and blood.
Dodoru, we've got your next batch of ingredients right here, Ome. Ooh, my back, Ome. Come on, friend, Ome. Just think about the looks on our friends' faces when they open their present, Ome. All is worth it. Of course, well worth it. Here, Ome, here, Ome. The gaggle of gnomes who were walking in our direction as they chattered and gossiped froze in place upon noticing us. Quit lollygagging, Ome. Quit chit-chatting and help us out, Ome. We've got a lot of presses. Besides, we've brought some live ones this time, Ome. I think I saw some sacks on the sleigh move. No, they were thrashing like something was trying to escape. Is that? Grab your weapon, girl. What is the matter with thee? These fellows are but hard-working. Hello? Is someone out there? Please, help! Get me out of here! Ome, what a joyous day! This one's fresh, Ome. No. But they're humans, Ome. Did Manager Dodoru bring them in, Ome? How do you manage to bring in humans so fresh, Ome? So all along thy factory has been... Oh, boy. I could hear a familiar voice coming from the other door in the other room as Don Quixote stood there flabbergasted. Dodoru's done a blunder, Ome. That sleigh wasn't supposed to be coming here, Ome. Don't you worry, Ome. Just a little game between us gnomes. That's your excuse? Master Dodoru. Dodoru's listening, Ome. Tell me the contents of those sacks. Raw material for presents, of course, Ome. Besides, Lady Don Quixote, Ome, Dodoru's prepared those fancy clothes for you and your friends to wear, Ome. Why don't we head right out to where... What raw materials are they? Ome, Dodoru's tired of lie, Ome. Humans like you. You lot, what I say about using this storage space, Ome? I told you this one was off limits, Ome. What? Are you gonna deliver nothing but disappointment to our neighbors, Ome? Even now, they await gifts from our factory, Ome. Oh, my bad, Ome. Ome. And I already told the factory director to look forward to dispatch, Ome. Haha. Haha. What was I thinking? This was absolutely not worth it. I know what you're thinking, Cockhead. So quit sighing and start strategizing. We've got to get out of there, yeah? Yeah, sitting here and feeling sorry for myself won't do anything. It never did. Got it. Grab your tool, Ome. Fresh, locally produced materials coming up. Right, Vent, let's crack on, you little shite bags. Oh my god, they're both struggling. I love the music. It's very cute. It certainly would be obnoxious in any other context, but I think it's very funny that this is like in Heathcliff's like build-up. That this goofy goober clown shit is happening. It's not lost on me. The comedy. Oof. Gotta block against that first one. I'm gonna need to use the restroom. And I think I might grab some coffee while I'm at it. Put the gnomes in the coffin, Heathcliff. Paralyze is not good. I be taking care of me, don't you worry, boo-boos.
I got that demand avoidance thing. It's a thing with me and video games in general. I tend to wind up playing a lot of games and just kind of like flip my switch in my brain and kind of hang out and get locked in, and then I just like black out, and then 2-3 hours later I'm like, oh shit, I need to use the bathroom. I did not realize that Heathcliff did AoE damage in this form. Yeah, this right here, this is not something that I noticed before. I guess that's why he's good. Yeah, this is definitely a Goofy Goober intervallo. I knew that whenever they started down like the Santa Claus thing, it was going to be silly. No, I knew that whenever Don Quixote came out and was like, I have a secret, let's talk. I knew that it was probably going to be fun. Silly, fun, Goofy Goober stuff. I appreciate Don Quixote, and I wish we got to see more of her, because every time she comes in, she's not just like comic relief. She's like, I don't know how else to put it. Like, she's stupid, but like in the best possible way that one can be stupid. I find her delightful. It's one of the things I'm actually kind of sad that I haven't gotten any Don Quixote IDs, because I'd like to be using her. I think she's fun, whimsical, if you will. It's funny. It's like Heathcliff was hands down my least favorite character from the beginning, and the first triple O ID that I unlocked was Heathcliff's. It's like, of course. The edgelord, headless Dullahan Heathcliff. It's a cool skin, but it's Heathcliff, so I still struggle with it. Oh, and Don Quixote's cooked. That's not good. And Stagger plus, I think Heathcliff is dead too. I don't know how she's still managing to lose some of these flashes. She's gonna die. She's gonna get slapped to death. I think she just died. Yeah, she just died to bleed, I think. Oh my god. I hope this is the last wave. Okay, good. I haven't leveled up. I refuse to spend EXP tickets on base IDs. I'm not gonna do it. So I would have just done the fight again. These were some fierce swords. The fault lies with me. Yes, it does. The light of confidence had completely faded from Don Quixote's face. So did her enthusiastic voice. No, I should have thought this plan through. Well, if we're to find someone to blame, the biggest fault would lie with me, the manager. Maybe I should have turned around the moment I sensed that something was off. Alas. With that, Don Quixote marched towards the now abandoned sleigh. This is... Several mutilated bodies tumbled to the ground as soon as Don Quixote undid the knot tying the sack. Damn it, I was afraid that this was what we'd find inside the sack. There were a total of 7 or so people in the sack, but they were all missing a few limbs. They were barely breathing, and some of them had already perished. I've never seen their style of clothing before. Looks like we're pretty far from where they were? Looks like we're pretty far from where we were. I've seen similarly worn and torn clothing in the back streets, but the clothing they wore was of materials and styles that I'd not seen before. The back door must have sent us pretty far away. Faust did tell me that each district within the city had different cultures and such, so
doesn't really matter, does it?
조만간 숨이 끊길
They'll
거야.
all die soon, and it's not like you can turn the clock for them. Let's just get back to the bus.
여기
Nay, here, this person here is intact. Hark, get a hold of thyself. Art thou the one who requested our help earlier? Who are you? Now we found a random child in in Mephistopheles' bowels. What are we supposed to do with that? Okay, I'm gonna go use the restroom, but I will be back shortly. Bye. Okay, we back. Back with coffee. Okay. Wow, this is a long intervallo, isn't it? Oh, cool. I actually get to bring in my full team this time.
어디 보자. 거미집 특
잠시 저를 부르셨다는 건
수금할 시간이야.
길이 같으니 거들어주지.
옷차림이 특이하신 분들이네요.
Your clothes are all weird looking. I guess you're not from the village. The child was dressed in torn and faded clothing. From the way she looked at us, I could tell that she found us rather fascinating. She soon woke up from her momentary shock. Anyways, thank you for saving me. My name's Crayon, and clockwork teeth? The kid pointed at me and backed away in terror.
The hell are you talking about? That's crooked.
My name's Dante. Clockhead? But I heard that clockwork teeth look like clocks. I guess I also heard that they don't show up this high. I've never seen a monster like that before, though. But they are not a monster. This is none other than our very own Manager Esquire. Thanks for the intro, I guess. But I can't hear anything but the tick-tocking of the clock. Well, Manager Esquire has their reasons. Art thou unharmed? Yeah, looks like the other people who were dragged here with me weren't so lucky, though. The child looks at the mutilated corpses with a despondent look on her face. Don Quixote casts a sympathetic gaze. So they were all neighbors from thy village? Yeah, but our village will soon send the hunters to save us. As long as they can get here, they can... Hunters? I wasn't sure exactly what she was talking about, so I was about to ask her what she meant. But this reception hall storage room suddenly began to fill with gas of unknown origin.
What is this now?
Hup! Quick! Hold thy breathing! An odd plume of gas, its hue red and green, begins to fill the room. This gas! It's the same gas from when I was The three of them, including Crayon, passed out and slumped to the floor. Yeah, something like this has happened before. When we walked right into the room full of toxic gas, which killed everyone. Looks like the gas only knocked them out, though. That's a relief, at least. I guess I should consider myself lucky that my clock head isn't affected by these things. I gotta hide. As soon as I hid myself in a corner, a crowd of gnomes rushed through the same door Dodoru came from. Gas masks, so they used sleeping gas on us. Ome, is that all that's left of Manager Dodoru, Ome? Ome, all that talk of snagging 3 top-notch raw materials, and now look at him. Ome, a pile of meat, Ome. Ome. 1, Ome, 2, Ome, 3, Ome. All accounted for, I suppose, Ome. They're all fast asleep with the sleepy powder. So don't you all worry yourselves about harming the good ones, Ome. Well, let's move the good Omes. They picked up Don Quixote, Heathcliff, and Crayon one by one and loaded them onto the sleigh. With that, they left, closing the door behind them. And through it all, I couldn't do anything but watch. Right, looks like this is my time to shine. I'll rescue the 3 of them. No way. I should have listened to Ishmael offer. I should have listened when Ishmael offered to teach me self-defense. What do I do? This harsh truth dawns on me every time when we face total annihilation. The truth that, on my own, I'm completely useless. If they were with us, I could at least bring them back, but none of the sinners are here with me. What good am I without them? It's a miracle I managed to survive this far. Miracle? What miracle? Come on, get a hold of yourself. Great, now I'm hearing things. You're not hearing things, Manager. We're really here. Do you even know what a mess it was up there when we realized that the 3 of you just vanished into thin air? I bolted up and looked toward the voice. There I saw another door, and from it the rest of the sinners appeared one by one. Guys! Oh boy, it looks like I forgot about the slightly spoiled ingredient. Ome? I will inquire about this incident later, Dante. For now, command us in battle. Gun 'em down. Easy command. Win rate to maximum. Gun 'em down.
슬슬 보라를 돌아가기 싫다면
내 뒤로 그쯤 해줬으니 포장지 한번 벗겨야겠군.
I've come across these guys in the
아는 맛은 있는 편이지.
mirror dungeons before, and I was always confused. I was like, "What?" I guess I'll figure it out later, but like, or maybe it's a Christmas episode thing.
내 뒤로.
Yeah, when I don't have a base ID in the team, things seem to go significantly smoother.
8권 차단 해체.
목을 내놓으시죠.
사정없이 몰아칠 텐. 닭봉창.
I love that Ryoshu. I'm really looking forward to Ryoshu's Kanto.
준비한 기믹은 이게 다인가? 그럼 끝이다. 발광 차단. 태풍. 귀와 요격을 몰아떨굴 수밖에. 그럼 끝이다. 찾지 못하리.
돌아가기 싫다면
I wonder how they found us. I'm sure there's a canonical reason as to why they were able to like hone in on what door we were in and come find us, but I'm interested to know that for sure.
어때 딸? 엄마밖에 없지?
Why is this one yellow? Is it because it's limited? Oh no, it's because it's clear within 10 turns. I wasn't able to clear it within 10 turns, so I didn't get the bonus. That's ass. I'm gonna have to come back to that one whenever I have Don Quixote with like a non-base ID.
길이
But for now, there's fuck all I can do about it. Thanks everyone. How did you find me? We entered via the back
버스
door.
내부에서
Your
관리자를
signals were
포함한
no
세
longer
명의
detected
신호가
from within the
감지되지
bus's
않다고
premises.
알려졌어.
Then every sinner was immediately summoned from their respective rooms for the search.
휴일하고 보는 지
And
몇 분이나
soon,
됐다고.
after our break started, Dante, let's try not to do anything like
아무리
this again.
관리자님이라고 해도
Even if you
이런
are
단독
the
행동은
executive
큰
manager,
위험을
rogue
초래합니다.
behavior such as this poses too great a risk. Please be wary of that. I'm sorry. So how did you guys find us?
I have deduced it. As of late, Heathcliff was in constant state of uneasiness. Considering the nature of our circumstances, I conjectured that there was aught that he had to do before our arrival at T-Court. On the day in which the back door of Vitality siren echoed, Don Quixote made a relatively delayed return to the back door. And come the next day, she requested from me and Miss Faust an encyclopedia of common symbols used in the city.
파우스트가
Yes,
몇 권
so
헤어져
Faust lent
왔습니다.
her a few volumes. Ever since receiving the volumes, Miss Don Quixote sat next to me and perused the pages with a rather enthusiastic expression on her countenance, although I could not converse with her on account of my conditions. I do recollect that the following words were repeatedly uttered: cosplay, costumes, and sex. In summation, I surmised that Miss Don Quixote witnessed a series of symbols that caught her attention when the siren blared. And Faust was aware of the door, or at which those symbols were drawn. Based on that information, the sitters were able to find their way here. We engaged several entities of the corridor on our path to this door. Good thing we only ran into weaklings, though. An irreversible death of a sinner could have occurred in the process. Do you understand? Engaging in hostile forces in your absence carries an exceedingly high level of risk. We could have been lost forever in some corner of the corridors as bodies never to be revived nor retrieved.
관리자님의 단독 행동이
Please
얼마나
comprehend the
큰
weight of your
위험인지.
responsibilities and the risk of your independent action carries. You must survive,
반드시
Executive
살아남아야
Manager, no matter what.
아시겠습니까?
Do I make myself clear? I've never seen Otis look at me like that. Her gaze was cold and
이번엔 운이
ruthless.
좋았던 것입니다.
Your
단테.
survival was a lucky coincidence,
그
Dante.
기회에
The
나에게
sequence of those symbols
그런
are
식으로
not supposed to be
때려
interpreted
맞추듯
in such a
해석할 수 있는
haphazard manner.
I'm really sorry. I don't know what else to say. I believe that is enough. But NDQ.
그렇네요.
Yeah. Don Quixote, Heathcliff. Where did the pair run off to? Oh, that's... I told them exactly how events transpired. Seriously, how'd the three of you even manage to survive this far? Alright, Manager Bud, I'm sure you've heard enough from the others, so I won't say more, but where exactly are we? Hey, which district is this? This is cold. We must be somewhere in the northern districts of the city, or... We are not in the city. What do you mean? I mean, we are not in the city. Those intelligent organisms called gnomes are part of a species surviving in the outskirts, commonly known as monsters of the outskirts. Ugh, monsters again, after all we faced at the lake? They weren't exactly like the whales, though. We could communicate with the gnomes. They were just like people, except smaller. So we're in a completely different region of the outskirts. I would have liked to explore the area if circumstances permitted. Look, this structure seems to have been custom built for the gnomes, considering how small everything is here.
여기가 외곽이라면
If this is the outskirts, we can go back, right? As long as the door we entered through remains open, yes. It is open, for now. What if it closes? Then odd. Then an unexpected journey begins. We will have to track the distance from the outskirts back to the city, which will be a significant endeavor in both time and effort. Isn't that a bit dangerous? Where is this sound coming from, Ome? Eh? Ome! I struck gold, Ome! Get your tool, Ome!
이쪽 뒤로 오시죠.
Dante, come here. Dante? God damn it. The nerd voice and the y'all sang voice. Dante, come hither to the back of the line. The door slammed open and gnomes began flooding into the room. We prepared ourselves for battle. Gee golly willikers, grab your tools.
거긴 킬존이다. 헷. 해풍. 하! 8번 차단. 준비한 힘이란 이게 다인가?
Otis absolutely bodying one of these baby gnomes is very, very funny.
해풍. 몰아떨굴 수밖에.
It's always entertaining when she does it, but it's especially funny whenever it's one of these little gnomes. Only one of the 5 gnomes managed to survive that last encounter. I think that was turn 1 too.
합봉창. 귀화 요격. 삼수. 정리노화.
그렇게 무르진 않네.
기껏. 내 뒤로. 흩어져. 찾지 못하리. 합봉창.
순수 목을 내놓으시죠.
That's weird. I thought Ishmael was staggered, but it was just a gnome. Gnome was standing on top of where Ishmael was.
전부 잡아드리죠.
흩어져. 찾지 못하리.
My A team, my bleed goats.
사람이랑 닮은 부분도 있긴
I can
하지만
see their similarities with humans, but
역시
they
사람은
certainly
아니네요.
aren't
희한한
humans.
말투를
Except for their
쓰는 것
odd
빼고는
verbal quirk, these
이
monsters
정도로
are
말이
impressively
통하는
communicative. I don't even know if they
아니,
should be categorized as monsters.
괴상하기 나름입니다.
The definition is often arbitrary. Some may call them monsters, yet others may call them members of a different sentient race. I appreciate your analysis, but we should probably get moving. We still don't know where Heathcliff and Don Quixote
역시
are.
오늘도 맞는
You
말씀만
always say the right things at the right time, Executive Manager. Get your nose out of my ass. Exploring the outskirts area will carry higher risks than our usual operation grounds. To ensure the manager's safety, we must first establish a more structured plan. Boom.
제일 쉬운
Well, I'd say the
방법은
easiest answer
그
would be to
글을
leave the
버리고
two of
가는
them,
거긴
but the
하지만
easiest path isn't
그게
always the
최선은
right
아닐까.
one. Ishmael kicked the door open, kicked open the door the gnomes rushed in
가요.
from. Come on, let's go.
관리자님도
We'll protect the
지키고
manager and
그
save
둘도
Heathcliff and
구하면
Don Quixote.
나를 계속 고용해.
We just gotta go body stomp some
봉헌의 여러
more gnomes,
협곡
that's all.
내가 별나게 보일 수 있겠지.
찬테, 이번에는 누굴 베어버리면 되는 거야?
기껏. 귀와 요격. 삼수.
점수가 이어졌다면
몰아내기 싫다면
내 뒤로. 탑봉참.
배는 맛은 있는 편이 좋은데
순순히
역시
Oh, that
모르네.
guy's just dead.
내 뒤로.
That attack doesn't always do the most damage, but whenever it slaps, it slaps.
배는 맛은 있는 편이 좋은데
준비한 기믹은 이게
내 뒤로.
다인가? 그럼 잔치다.
Looking forward to Walpurgis. I hope I get some lobotomy or Ruina IDs.
거긴 킬존이다.
탑봉참. 흩어져. 찾지 못하리.
이제 갖고 놀기 지렸다. 그럼 끝이다.
목을 내놓으시죠.
Gunned them down like a dog in the streets.
나를 계속 고용해라. 봉헌의 여러 협객.
Interesting.
내가 별나게
So
보일
this
수
one had
있겠지.
story attached to it, but this one was just
하지만 그
combat.
후엔
I don't know how to tell the
엑스블보다도
difference between the two.
뛰어나다는 걸 알게 될 거다.
The icons look
볼
almost
것도
exactly the
없이
same.
처형이군. 자, 거긴 킬존이다.
So we just need to do a little bit of light genocide on the gnomes here, and then we can find Heathcliff and Don Quixote.
내 뒤로. 탑봉참.
I guess this
전부
this
잡아드리죠.
music is especially funny immediately after doing Ahab, because like you get Ahab and you get this like
준비한 기믹은 이게
epic
다인가?
music, you get this epic build up, and they lay down the hook, and you've got this beautiful crescendo to that chapter, and then it moves on to goofy goober clown bullshit. with the most like at first I thought this music was funny and whimsical, and as it continues to play little by little, it starts to scratch.
내 뒤
It starts to scratch like irritatingly on my soul.
거긴 킬존이다.
목을 내놓으시죠. 순순히 오라를 받으시죠.
역시 모르네.
배품. 이제
찾지 못하리.
Hey, that's the special guy.
그럼 끝이다.
One of the bearded gnomes with the Santa Claus outfit.
배품.
I don't know if that's an outfit or if that's just his skin is red.
순순히 목을 내놓으시죠.
But he's dead.
나를 계속 고용해라. 봉헌의 여러 협객 중 내가 별나게
Alright,
볼
looks
수
like we're
있겠지.
gonna need to use some
하지만
we're gonna
그
need to use a
후에
box.
흑수들보다도 뛰어나다는 걸 알게 될 거다.
응, 금방 가지.
주소에 게시할게요.
나와서 보니까
So now that I've had some time to look around out here, this facility appears to be a gift factory.
아,
I
이런
see.
식으로
So
선물
those
자체를
there are
만들어내는
factories
공장도
like this that
있었나
produce
보구나.
gifts.
크리스마스 장식도
Christmas decorations
한번
everywhere.
아주 크리스마스
There's still
때까지는
some time until Christmas though. Sinclair looked to the ground with a somber expression. I didn't need to ask to know how he was feeling.
괴물끼리 크리스마스
I wonder if
선물이라도
monsters
나누는
exchange
걸까요?
gifts with each other.
그렇게 친절해
They didn't
보이지는
seem like
않았는데
it,
말이지.
like the most hospitable
도시
sort.
어딘가의
There's a
날개에서
possibility that they may be
외곽에 있는
contractors to
공장에
one of the
하청을
wings
맡겼을
in the city.
가능성이
I wanted to say no chance, but the city and the wings that we've experienced so far were... Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, there was a non-zero chance of that being the case. The gnomes being a contractor. They take bodies of other humans and mulch them to produce gifts. I would love to, I'd love to, I mean, I know anything is possible with a singularity in this game, but like, I'd like to see that process.
팔고 서른.
Maybe I wouldn't like to see that process. How the hell does that even work? It's like a, what is it, the matter energy conversion replicators in Star Trek technology.
그쯤 해줬으니
You just take some matter and then you shuffle it around, add some protons, some electrons, and then kazam, you've got a teddy bear.
거긴 킬존이다. 배품.
목을 내놓으시죠.
I mean, if that's how the technology works, you could basically use anything. I mean, matter energy conversion and air quotes replicator technology would be something that you could theoretically, as long as you had enough power, you just put nothing in there and it'd be able to take molecules out of the air and turn it into something else. But, you know, why did why did Angela let abnormalities escape in Lobotomy Corporation? Because it led the facility to generate more power. So, you know, anything and everything for the shareholders.
내 뒤
목을 내놓으시죠.
팔고 서른.
내 뒤
순순히 목을 내놓으시죠.
After spending some time battling gnomes and trashing the gift factory, we soon realized that the gifts the conveyor belts were moving weren't your average gifts.
저건 발인가?
Is that
발이
a
그려져
foot?
있는 표지판은 왜 저기에
It's a
붙어
sign
있는 거야?
with the drawing of a foot. What's that doing there?
이쪽은
This one is adorned with a depiction of an eyeball.
이 선물들의 성분은
These gifts appear to be made from
통상적인
material.
그
These
물체를
gifts
구성하는
appear to be
재료들이
made from
아닌 것으로
materials that did not
추측됩니다.
normally go into building these
형태는
items.
고민형,
Their shapes
패스,
are of teddy bears,
정했던
crayon
기타
boxes,
따위지는
toy
단백질과
trains,
인해
but they have an
함유된
abnormally
이동
high
물질이야.
concentration of protein and phosphorus.
꼬마전구나
However,
장식
the
소품들은
decorations
그렇지 않은 걸 보아.
and the lights are made of proper
이건
materials. They
도시의
they must
쓰레기들을
have
주워
salvaged the
걸어둔
wastes expelled from the city.
뻔하지.
It's obvious. GMFH.
사람으로
Gifts
만든
made from humans.
뭐든지
Ah,
사람을 갖고
more
해결하는
stuff
건
made from human
외곽이나
sacrifice.
도시나
I guess the
똑같네.
outskirts isn't so different from the city, huh?
중요한 건
What's really concerning is
누구를
who are these
위해서
gifts for?
누가
Who in their
이런 걸
right
받고 싶어
mind would want
하겠어?
anything like
모르지.
these? Who knows?
부자분들은
Rich
은근히
folks
이런
with screwed up
변태 같은
perversions?
취향을
Maybe
가진
that's who
놈들이
they're
있기
for.
사람으로 선물을
So,
만드는
if they're
거라면
making gifts out of people, Heathcliff and Don Quixote, will the
선물이 되는
gnomes
건가요?
turn them into gifts too? I do recall them saying something about locally produced
시가
materials.
급하겠구려.
Then we must move with haste.
선물이 미리 되지 않았다는
I have
가정에서
discovered a location with a
그들이
high
있을
probability of their
확률이 제일
presence,
높은 곳을
presuming
알
that
수
they
있다.
haven't been turned into gifts yet. After a long silence, Merceau spoke up. He pointed in a
저곳에
direction. There,
선물
the
제작소라는
placard says
간판이
gift
붙어
assembly. Merceau, obviously and carefully pointing out the obvious to everyone. Always reliable.
어때 딸? 엄마밖에
For
없지?
whom the gnomes pack.
길이 같으니
That I would like
거들어주지.
to know. Oh, now that we're past the setup, we're cruising. We're going through pretty quickly. If it's combat, a little bit of chat, combat, a little bit of chat, we get a quicker flow.
정리놔.
And we run out of Ennickflin much faster though.
회풍. 거긴 킬존이다.
순순히 보라를 받으시죠.
준비한 힘이 이게 다인가? 회풍.
기꺼이.
회풍.
박봉창. 기꺼이. 박봉창.
준비한 기믹은 이게 다인가? 회풍. 그럼 끝이다.
돌아가기 싫다면 순순히
My god. It's genuinely, it's a slaughter. Like, this is like LeBron James going to the elementary school soccer game and dunking on the children. It's not even fair.
나를 계속 고용해라. 봉헌의 여러 협객 중 내가 별나게 보일 수 있겠지. 등롱을 밝혀 앞길을 열어라.
I think I'm hearing some odd noise from in there. A rather high-pitched SOS. It's always a good indicator of wonderful thing
비명
happening.
소리가 들리는데
Can you not
무슨
giggle
일이냐고요?
about sounds of screaming, please?
익숙한 높낮이다.
I am familiar with this
정도의
tone.
데시벨은
The decibel
Don
range of
Quixote의
this
고함
screaming is an
소리와
exact
일치한다.
match with Don Quixote's.
잠깐.
Wait,
아직
we have yet to
전투
conduct a
구역의
threat
위험
assessment of the
정도가
combat
파악되잖아.
area. That area appears to be closed off space, which
정확하게.
means Otis,
부군이 있었다면
were Heathcliff with
이런
us,
소리를
he
할
would have said as
것도 없어.
such. Said what? I think I know. How bloody frustrating. Quit whining? 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 I think that might be a typo. Is that wing? Like whining. Quit whining, pick up your tools and get cracking. Is like, that makes sense, but is that G part of the spelling in British English? Whining.
제법 웃기네요.
That was pretty close. Ishmael soon blasted the door open with a powerful kick. Meanwhile,
Where the bloody hell are we? Why am I tied up?
I regretfully say unto thee that we are quite screwed. Forsooth, we are fated to become toys in that hydraulic press. It appears that when the time cometh, I shall be turned into a roly-poly toy myself that riseth with every fall.
이상한 소리.
Oi, shut your trap and do something. We've got to get out of these binds.
히스클리프군.
Sir Heathcliff, I apologize profusely. 'Tis true that there was the tiniest bit of selfishness within me that I wished to produce the Red Sack cosplay set for myself. However, 'twas no lie that I wished to find thee an impeccable outfit.
You little shite, I knew this was going to happen. Once I'm out of these binds, I'll...
At least thou shalt become an elaborate pocket watch.
Oh, damn clocks again.
I think they're going to turn me into a box of colored pencils. 24 vibrant natural colors, or so it says.
살아있는 재료는 오랜만에 보는 것 같아.
We've not seen living raw materials in a while, Ome.
근데 조금 귀가 아픈 것
Different words that
같아.
largely mean the same thing. That makes
귀에서
sense.
피 나는지 봐줄 수 있음?
But they're a bit loud, Ome. Can you see if my ears are bleeding, Ome?
저렇게
Ome, the
알쓸한
more they
인간들로
scream, the
만들어진
happier our
선물이야.
recipients will be, Ome. Ome, Ome.
자, 그럼 손질을
Then let's get
시작해볼까요?
cutting, Ome. Boom.
히스클리프 씨, 돈키호테
Heathcliff,
씨.
Don Quixote. Oh,
다행이다.
relief they're not been turned into gifts yet.
꽤 코지한
Quite
분위기.
cozy in here. Everyone,
어떡해?
Hell,
we're here for you, Heathcliff.
시계대가리.
clockhead.
젠장이
Damn it,
그렇게
I didn't
반가울
think
줄이야.
I'd ever be so glad to see your mug.
Looks like we got here in the nick of time. Heathcliff was about to be shoved into the gift-making hydraulic machine press.
단추를 끊었어.
I have hewn your straps. Descend.
Look, I'm not the type to wear my heart on my sleeve, but after you lot saved me from getting turned into a pocket watch, I'll have to say it. But
You absolute idiots. You two had one job, to remain by the executive manager's side. Yet you let yourselves be captured like this?
you know what? Forget it.
자,
Right, get a hold of yourself, you two. Manager, what now? Well, we've got to trash this place. Come on. Let's get ready to wear your identities. What else? We gotta kill these fucking guys. Gun them down.
발광. 차단.
Yeah. Well, if it's a different word, I'm gonna have to Google it for science. Whining.
내 뒤.
A high-pitched ringing sound. Okay.
답봉.
And as a verb, it's to move with great force or speed. Huh. Interesting.
배는 맛은 있는 편이
As a noun, it's a high-pitched ringing sound. So the way that it was used in that previous sentence was so quit winging,
포장장방.
and that would mean quit moving with force or speed.
귀와 요격.
Is it not used?
정리로.
Wing as a high-pitched ringing sound as a noun, but is it used the same way as a verb? No, I reject your cookies. It's continuous complaining, especially about something that does not seem
여긴
important.
킬존이다.
Whinging? Yeah, whinge. I've heard that before. It's mostly British English, but yeah, I've definitely heard that before.
목을 내놓으시죠.
And yeah, definitely as a verb. Yeah. Yeah, whinging. Okay, I guess I've never really seen it written,
전부 잡아드리죠.
which makes sense because I don't oftentimes read things in English, in the Queen's English or the King's English.
돌아가기 싫다면
Okay, interesting. So wine is the English, American English version, and whinge is the British English. Definitely, that makes sense. Like I said, I've never really seen it written before, so it came off as like weird in the moment. But of course, having Heathcliff be British and having him say like, "You're having a whinge in a mo," kind of makes sense. Yeah.
Quit whinging and get your tools ready.
Yeah, kind of makes sense. I can get down with that.
배는 맛은 있는 편이 좋은데.
I guess an American would say quit whining, and a Brit might say like quit whinging.
내 뒤.
순수 목을 내놓으시죠.
After we defeated the horde of gnomes, quit your whinging, Don Quixote and Heathcliff fell to their knees before everyone. I also knelt down, feeling like I should be down there with them, but Otis tightly pulled me up to the side. I feel bad for those two. I am ready. Commence, Lady Otis. You absolute buffoons. How did you ever think that this was going to turn out okay? Are you even aware of the risks executive manager took to get here? How worried they were about you two?
Well, actually, Godhead was in on it from the start.
Silence! Do not refer to the executive manager with such derogatory language, insolent fool.
Yeah, 'twas mine fault. 'Twas my fault.
My mother used to scold me like this in my youth. Otis did not seem to slow down at all with her stern scoldings, and the pair fell completely silent, their heads hung low. I decided to wander away from the scene. This guilty conscience was too much for me to bear. Is Crayon doing okay? Yes, she barely lost her consciousness from exposure to excessive degree of psychological shock.
어쩌다 이런 곳에
How did you find yourself at a place such as this?
사람
You are a human, right? And we're really in the outskirts? Crayon initially appeared somewhat taken aback from the deluge of questions, but she soon began to open up. So you're really from the city? I'm from Cloudtown. It's a village on the north side of the outskirts.
왜 거기는 저런
Are there a lot of monsters like those gnomes out there that can speak? Yeah, there are many more monsters out here other than the gnomes. I've seen a few of them myself, but the village elders told me about the rest. Our village was built to keep the monsters out, to keep us safe. If this didn't happen, we'd all be preparing dinner back in the village by now.
저들이 들이닥친 거군.
So they raided your village. Yeah, and they attacked us when the hunters were gone, so we normally don't get raided by them around this time of year. So I thought we were safe, but they suddenly attacked us, rushing in on their sleighs. Some of us tried to fight, but we didn't stand a chance, and everyone that they killed got shoved into the sacks on that sleigh. I passed out from fright, and they thought I was dead too. I got shoved into the sacks like the rest of the villagers. Okay, Greedy. I'll see you later, Baboos.
말하기 힘든 얘기까지 들어버렸네. 미안하고.
Oh, we forced you to talk about something that couldn't have been easy to go through. I'm sorry. No, it's okay. Can I ask things too?
무엇이든.
Anything. Is it right that crayon boxes in the city have 48 different colors, and they have gold and silver colored crayons too? Oh, probably. And there's just people in the city, right? No monsters like the gnomes that try to kill us, right? It's kind of hard to answer that, actually. Sometimes I'd climb a high hill to look at the city. I always saw pretty colorful lights from there. So colorful that I don't have enough colors in the crayon box to draw them all. I wish I could live in the city. If I lived there, I'd never have to worry about getting attacked by monsters. I could live happily with all my neighbors. You've really never been to the city, huh? SSE. I'm sorry. Same story everywhere. It doesn't matter where you are, death always stalks us. Oh, that was so cool. Can you say that again? Huh, that was cool. Oh, did you guys see anyone else nearby, by any chance?
여기서
I don't think we ran into another human out here. No, but
분명
he has to be here to
어떤
save us.
분이신가요?
Who do you mean? The best hunter of Cloudtown. If he was at the village, the gnomes wouldn't have...
그말로 유추해
It
보자면
appeared that in the
고수의
outskirts there are
고래잡이들처럼
hunters who specialize in
고해거리도
hunting
괴물을
monsters akin to the
전문적으로
whalers of the
잡는
Great Lake, that
사냥꾼이
is.
그런데
But
잠깐
wait,
사람들을
so
잡아다가
if they're
이런
kidnapping and killing humans for
선물을
these
이
gifts,
선물은-
who are these gifts for?
Ho, ho, ho. Of course, the gifts are for our poor and kind neighbors who do not cry.
Executive manager, retreat. I don't know when it happened, but a large shadow was looming over us. What is that thing?
I'm Santata, bringer of gifts to our neighbors. Ho, ho, ho.
The guffawing giant, garbed in red, carried a massive giant sack on his shoulder. It was definitely not human.
Yeah, that's it. It's that git. That's the one's boss.
Lo, the crimson garb! That is the crimson garb that I spoke of! The pair immediately jumped up from their knees and began shouting in unison.
That's the Red Sox outfit. Oi, and he's already...
No, not the reindeer man, too! Shut it, cut the useless chatter for once. After silencing the pair with a short, stern command, Otis approached me and spoke in a low voice. Executive manager, since he appears to be of intelligent species, I will attempt to parley with it. But we best prepare for battle in case talks fall through. Yeah, that's a good idea. What do you mean by neighbors? Wings? Clients of the city?
Ho, ho, ho. But we are denied entry to the city, are we not?
덩어리도
Is that
놈인가요?
big lump of meat a gnome too?
놈들이 말하는 걸
I happened to overhear the gnomes during our time in captivity. They call... There really are all kinds of monsters out here, huh? Dante, that's not an abnormality, is it? No, that's not an abnormality or a distortion. I'd say it's closer to the whales.
Ho, ho, ho. Do you yearn for gifts too? Yet your kind already owns all that there is to own. We and our neighbors in the outskirts wish so dearly for that very day. The only day we are allowed joy and comfort in human gifts. I see. You produce toys out of humans and gift them to those who harbor hatred for humans, out of the pure goodness of your heart. Here, where all those who have been marginalized and exiled by humans gather and wallow, we pour our infinite hatred and care into packaging these gifts. Ho, ho, ho.
Quite the verbose way of saying I refuse to negotiate.
Ho, ho, ho. Why don't you come here and join us? Become joy to those who need it.
Gun him down. I think we're gonna have to kill this guy, Steven.
어때 딸? 엄마밖에 없지? 하, 볼 것도 없이 처형이군. 기껏
Oh, the music's changed. It's more ominous. It sounds like something you might hear in the Batman Returns Joker's, or not Joker, but the Penguin scene, when they're all in the, in like the zoo?
내 뒤.
Sewers? The sewer zoos? I don't know. The place where all the sewer penguins are.
귀와 요격 함수 정리놔.
그렇게 무르진 않네.
The sewer.
거긴 킬존이다. 이제 갖고 놀기 틀렸다. 그쯤 해줬으니 포장지 한번 벗겨야겠군. 내 뒤. 야짜. 야. 기껏. 그럼 끝이다. 기껏. 내 뒤. 이제 갖고 놀기 틀렸다. 타! 하! 박공창. 하!
평가를 받으시죠.
기꺼이 내 뒤로 흩어져 찾지 못하리.
배는 맛은 있는 편이 좋은데.
태풍 그럼 끝이다.
목을 내놓으시죠.
기꺼이
Alright, there's the big boy. I think I've fought this guy before, Santata. It looks like we're just gonna be able to win rate our way through it too.
태풍 거긴 킬존이다. 자! 내 뒤로
Sorry, Santata, it's over for you.
재밌군. 자! 놀고 수밖에.
And he's bones now. Humans, I'll separate the flesh from your bones. Santata's guts suddenly began to expand. All of you, hold your breaths. Suddenly, a large figure leaped out of the dark and slammed what looked like a stake into Santata's guts. Whoa, 'tis a smell most foul. I think I'm about to pass out. A scent of potently fetid refuse lingers. Some sinners drop to the floor, while others gag profusely. Clearly, this was a rather painful experience for all. This gag does not appear to be toxic. However, its scent seems to evoke a rather extreme level of discomfort. So you've defeated a northern giant, yet you don't seem to know the proper procedure for what to do afterwards. Are you hunters from the city? A proper procedure. Immediately before the death, a northern giant's body fills with noxious gas before exploding in a rain of acid. The man who staked Santata's gut explained as he approached us. You have to puncture a hole in its gut to let out the gas before its internal organs condense into acidic fluid. Allowing it to cause a chain reaction could complicate things. We're getting the secret knowledge.
어때 딸? 엄마밖에 없지?
Oh, the stench won't come off. Who's that now? Mr. Domino! Crayon, who had been holding her breath with her fingers over her nostrils, ran up to the large man and hugged him. At least you're safe, Crayon. That's good. After stumbling for a moment, due to the stench most likely, Otis briefly gasped for air before approaching Domino. Hey you, identify yourself. Name's Domino. I'm a monster hunter from Cloud Town. I don't suppose I can call it a town anymore now that it's just me and Crayon that's left. Relax, I wouldn't even think of hurting any of you. So you're the hunter that girl mentioned. Otis relaxed upon Domino's confirmation. She leaned on a wall and looked to the floor in relief. Normally, around this time of year, these monsters would have gone further north to a different village. So I was out on an expedition to help them out. Looks like they decided to switch things up this time around. When I returned, they'd already finished their raid on our village and left. Damn it, they used to be predictable, attacking only right before Christmas. Do these Do these tragedies happen often? Though I can't speak for the city, I can say this is a common occurrence in the outskirts. It's a hellish place to live, if you can even call this living. Survival alone is a miracle out here. Are there more places out there like this? Like this mockery of a gift factory? No. Can't say I've seen a factory like this anywhere else, but I can tell you one thing. Compared to some worse things that could have happened, this tragedy was nothing. That's the natural order of things in the outskirts. I do wonder sometimes if we were in the city, no matter how bad it gets in there, it must be better than this living hell. It was no easy contemplation to answer. The outskirts must be a hellish place to live, if what he's told me is anything to go by, but the city they admire so much isn't such a warm place itself, from what I've seen in my journey so far at least. Then accompany us back to the city. We will on our... Don Quixote stopped herself, realizing that every other sinner was giving her a look of disapproval. Thank you for your kind words, at least. I wish it were that easy. If I could at least let this child into the city somehow, just like that. But the city has no place to spare for this child. Not even a small corner of it. Even if you were to somehow make it past the city's walls, there are countless variations of paperwork and procedure you must overcome before you can live the kind of life you desire. And what would people like us even do with such paperwork? And where would we find them out there? We've not studied or worked to find a job in the city as some youths of other villages do. Mister? There was an uncomfortable silence. Domino cleared his throat and continued. I must still extend my gratitude for keeping the girl safe until my arrival. I know a good way to extend your gratitude. Maybe you can extend us a nice pouch of shiny and jangling bag of... Rodian's eyes were twinkling. The lingering stench made it difficult for her to speak, but she was determined to make her point. Something shiny and jangling. Sure, maybe I can give you a tour of some antique items I kept at home. Precious items salvaged from the locomotive tracks to the outskirts. Not something you'll see every day in the city, I'm sure. Items from the outskirts? That tour alone could be worth much more than just pure cash. Faust, there's still a decent chance that the door we entered through might just shut behind us, right? Indeed. In fact, it is unclear whether the door is still open. I recommend a quick return to the bus now that our two primary objectives have been secured. So she says. If you would permit me to speak my mind, Executive Manager, even if this is not the Great Lake, the outskirts is an extremely perilous place. This curiosity cannot be a reason for us to risk getting stranded in this environment. Looks like you've got to hurry back. Well, then, catch. Domino tossed a carved wooden doll in my direction. Does not appear to be anything dangerous. Let us inspect it further after we return. We mustn't dally any longer than we have to. Yeah, good idea. Some sinners had passed out and had to be carried by others. Most could not stop gagging at the stench, but we still made our way back to the door. The door has remained open. We made it back to the safety of Mephistopheles. Sometime later, Boo, Stinky, Charon, evacuate. Charon quickly made her escape to the decks. And Virgilius greeted us in the cabins with a terrifying gaze. Looks like everyone had quite the adventure, covered in blood and guts with a disgusting stench to boot. Oh, this is... Manager, I can't hear you anyway, so just reply to my query with a nod or a shake. Your replies better match up with my expectations, of course. I have but one question. Was it you who made the call? I hesitated for a moment before nodding affirmatively. I might get reprimanded, or maybe he has worse things in mind for me, but it was I who decided to go along with their plan. This would not have happened without my authorization. Good, then my questioning is over. Huh? I will leave it to you to deal with the mess. You may rest afterward, and please do something about this foul stench. Well then, with that, Virgilius disappeared into the back door once again. That's unexpected. I thought my time had finally come. Be glad. The best consultation is a consultation not had, indeed. Alas, behold, one and all. I did not know when she had the time to pick it up in all that chaos, but Don Quixote managed to haul a huge sack of gifts back to Mephistopheles. You picked that up from all that mess? I have laid claim upon evil gnome's trinkets. Now that's some real commitment. What's all that for? Art thou truly unaware of mine intentions? 'Tis for adorning our ship with Christmas decorations. Wait, now, but we're still like 3 months away from Christmas. Agreed. Let us not risk healing old wounds to lower the morale of the company is... Oh, it's okay. It's been getting better with time, little by little. Yeah, we can all grow beyond it eventually. Marvelous.
그런 의미에서
Then this appears to be an occasion most fit for a party, then. What say you? Don't tell me you went through all that trouble for some party decorations. According to Dante's explanations, this incident was spurred on by Heathcliff's need for an outfit. Heathcliff has been silently brooding in his seat, with his face buried in his palms, out of shame, most likely. Verily, verily. Yet, that very costume we had sought was worn by none other than a monstrous giant. I don't suppose it would fit Sir Heathcliff anyhow.
Forget it. It wasn't the kind of look I was going for anyway.
히스.
What did I
그러니까
say,
육지에
Heath?
가면 우리가 다
We'll help you out as soon as we land, okay?
또 옷인데
The outfit's one thing, yeah, but
뭐냐? 지나쳐온 헤어
You are
쿠폰을
speaking of
발행한
the port
항구선을
ship we
말하는
sailed
것인가?
past. The port ship on which the hair salon that printed those hair coupons conducted their business.
경로가 달라.
The coupons could not be
그건 사용할
used,
수 있는
as the
조건이
port ship
갖춰질
was
수
not
없었다.
on our charted route.
머리는 제가 만져드릴게요.
Leave it to me to style your hair. I've done my
해준 적이
sister's and younger
많거든요.
siblings' hair pretty often.
여기에 얼마나 더
we
떠
don't
있을
know
줄
how long we'll
알고.
be floating on this damn lake anyway. Besides,
난
I
애초에
don't even
뭐가
know
좋고
how to
나쁜지도
dress
모른단
myself,
말이야.
but I was gonna attempt the trial
일단
and error
시행착오를
method.
겪고
애초에
Okay, but can you at least tell us what it is that Virgilius gave you? Just so that we know what exactly you're so anxious about?
Oh, sorry.
After a deep, heavy sigh, Heathcliff produced
그
a letter?
전달받은
So that's the
물건이라는
something
게
Virgilius gave you. I
이
remember my
편지
family
봉투
used this
저희도
envelope
썼던 적이
before.
있어요.
It's made from really
굉장히
expensive paper,
고급스러운
made
종이로
only in
만든
limited quantities at a
유통도
time.
얼마 안
It's
되는
quite a
종이에요.
luxurious envelope.
읽어봐도 되는 거야?
Can we read it, Heath?
그래.
Sure, it's
뭐,
nothing impressive.
그럼
Then
단테가
Dante, why don't you
있자.
read it out loud for the rest of us? Sure. Rhodia handed me the letter. It was written in a beautiful series of cursive handwriting, drawn to an almost calligraphic perfection. I began reading. From Worthing Heights. We cordially extend you, honored guest, an invitation to the blank. What's this here? Somebody colored over the part of the letter. Well, I'll keep reading. Venue, Worthing Heights T Corp Nest. Should you accept our invitation, please convene at the designated location by 4 in the afternoon on the 24th with this letter in your person. Please honor this occasion with your presence. With great respect, Nellie. Oh, and down here there's a postscript written in a different handwriting from the rest of the letter. P.S. You have to be here, Heath. I'll be waiting. Kathy. We had no way to tell what kind of occasion it was on account of it being colored over, but clearly the rest of the letters' contents had stoked the fire of passion in Heathcliff's heart once again. So, you gotta look fashionable and classy for this Kathy person, right?
그것도 없지는
Well,
않은데.
yeah, but there's more
그거
to it
말고
than.
Shh, quiet now.
기다리기
Now I can clearly see why you're so impatient, Heath.
뭐야?
What are you looking at me like that, oi?
눈가락.
복루 선생.
I'll leave it up to you to style the hair, master hairdresser Honglu. I wouldn't call myself a master.
Oi, wait, where are you taking me? What in the bloody hell is this grip?
로저 씨 손님이 꽤
Yeah,
세시더라고요.
Rhodia's got quite the grip strength. You won't free yourself from her anytime soon. The two sinners, practically hauling Heathcliff by his arms, disappeared into the back door. Now Heathcliff's fate was sealed, to be a mannequin, to and now motivated and unbearably bored Rhodia's various experimentations. I can hang this trinket here and Don Quixote began humming a song, a carol perhaps, as she placed the various trinkets around the bus. I decided to go out to the deck for some air. I leaned on the railing and dug through my pockets. The wooden doll Domino, the hunter, gave me. Just as we hurriedly left, I held it and felt its texture under my fingers. My eyes looked into the distance towards where the outskirts lie. I thought for a moment about the gnomes, the things Domino told me. I suppose there are people with stories in the outskirts too, stories different from those in the city. Faust approached from behind and stood next to me. I wasn't sure how much of what I said she
별을
heard.
하나씩 따라가다 보면
Follow the
언젠가 알게 될
stars,
겁니다,
Dante,
Dante.
star by star. Then you will one day
특별한
learn.
우산은
So for now,
지금 눈앞에
follow
있는
the
별을
closest
쫓으면
star that
되겠죠.
shines before your eyes. Yeah, I have to focus on the stories of the city for now. I don't even know who I really am after all. Joyous laughter and frustrated howls echoed from the cabins. They must have finished dressing up Heathcliff. Why don't we go take a look at how Heathcliff is doing
거절하기
first?
어려운 제안이네요.
You make a rather tempting offer, Dante. The added color to the bus's interior warmed my heart a little. That's cute. Holy shit. Enter Valo 3. Yield my flesh to claim their bones. My bones! And we missed one of the EXs, so we don't get the EX bonus. I don't think I'll be able to actually get that EX bonus until I get a better ID for Don Quixote. So we're just gonna table that for now. It is almost noon, and yeah, I think this is a good spot. We've got 2 minis ahead of us. Second Walpurgis, back to the bus, and then we're yielding our flesh to claim our bones. So yeah, I think this is probably a good time to call it a stream. I'm pretty sleepy. I went to bed last night at like 6 p.m. and I woke up at 5, my usual time I wake up. So it has been a weird couple of days. It's been super, super rainy. But I'm gonna have some lunch and then chill out and take some time to relax before work today. I've got a ass ton of clients today. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. Thanks for joining the stream, chatting, and hanging out with me in this space. We've got a Discord, !Discord in the chat to get a link. And yeah, we hang out, we play games and do stuff in the Discord. It's pretty tightly locked down, but yeah, if you join, you get a message from me, and I'll make sure that you're not there to stir shit up or a bot. And have an awesome rest of your day or night, wherever you happen to be in the world. I'll see you all next time. Sweet dreams.